Yo, falling in once again. You're listening to World Combat Sports, what it is. Salute to all the WCS supporters. Appreciate you pulling up as always. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? 2021, we on board February. You see the thumbnail, Death to Y.T.P.C. Free smoke. You know, man. You know, death to it all. This topic right here has to go away. This topic has to go away because it's nothing that we need that's healthy for the this so-called YTBC community. YTBC doesn't exist. Understand that. There's no such thing as YTBC. People say it all the time, but yet the topics are way off. They personal. People be taking out blades and trying to stab one another. So this is why I'm going to drop the link, of course, but I want to talk about something that concerns me about the YTBC, which consists of the Y.T.P.C members that show up to these free smoke sessions. There's no such thing as no free smoke. Why? Because if you're that type of person that don't surrender, you get put on mute. You get put in the background. So it's not really free smoke at the end of the day. You know why? Because these people don't know when to shut the fuck up. We're not even having sensible dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably saying, well, you misspelled the P in that motherfucker. I didn't. You know, it stands for a lot of shit that I see up here in this fake as YTBC community. Now, it should be the YTC, because the YouTube community as a whole, that's where we come and gather and talk about miscellaneous topics. You know what I'm saying? Like you have some boxing channels that talk about miscellaneous topics and it's all good, you know? And some are productive, some isn't. But most of all, I want to get this point out about why I'm saying death to the free smoke session. And there's really no YTBC bullshit. Because I'm looking at the YouTube boxing community as this fake ass acronym that was developed that has no conformity across the board when it comes to YouTube. It has absolutely no conformity at all. It consists of you, the pussy community, you, the parasitic community, you, the punk ass community. You know what I'm saying? You, the pity community. And I'm going to get to that later. You know what I'm saying? You, the pathetic community. It's just so many words that I can use to individuals that contribute to the free smoke that are absolutely parasitic to this community. It brings down the relevance of outside entities that really fuck with boxing to tune in and watch us. Like, I appreciate certain fighters who fuck with you know, the YouTube media. I appreciate that because they understand, you know, who's genuine about it and who's not. But it's too many sessions that they can tune into that they can say, damn, I changed my mind. I saw so-and-so. This is actually a conversation that I had with a fighter. He said, damn, you know, I saw so-and-so over there in this particular community. And I'm like, damn, they doing well by themselves. You don't need to be over there. And I was like, you know what? You're making a lot of sense. But the only time I really show up to anything is just I look at the topic, and primarily, you know, every now and then it's just a general topic. But, you know, Deontay Wilder, Teofimo Lopez, something like that. Or, you know, when I was pushing, you know, Michael Williams Jr., Devin Haney, you know, I was just over there speaking up on the subject. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the YTBC as a whole, it has intelligent people that's hosting some of these panels for the free smoke session. For real. They have some intelligent individuals that can keep it on boxing. I'm keeping it 100% real. There's some people that's out here that know what the fuck they doing. But on the other hand, I really don't know why some of them are consistently gathering on a weekly basis. I'm not sure what they have going on in their lives or whatever, but we're talking about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, you on here for hours jacking off the other men, test levels up, motherfucking arguing and shit. Motherfucker, a whole group of men on here going at it. I mean, that doesn't seem weird to you. Like, how can you stay on? Look, first of all, where is the other occupants of your resident? Like, where the fuck are they if they're listening to you say, bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga, bah, you ain't shit. Bah. If you're saying your kids is in the room, right? You don't think if you live in a house that's probably about, let's say 2,000 square feet, 2,500 square feet, you don't think they can hear you? I'll give or take you don't have a basement and you just have a one level or a level and a half. Either way it goes, when it comes to a debate, the motherfucking shit is loud. You know what I'm saying? It gets belligerent, and people in your household can listen to what you got to say. They can hear you, your kids, your girl, all that shit. Granted, some of these topics are not even about boxing, y'all. It's about people to converge in one location. And then it's free smoke. So most of the people that come in there have a problem with somebody else. So you have some individuals who are titled to be parasites or a better name, trolls, who will come in there and just start it up. Now, me, I'm looking at it like at that point in time, they have to be corrected. So if you keep on allowing trolls or parasites to come over here that aren't content creators, and you allow them to basically habitat, monger on your panel, just talk shit and disrupt what's going on. It don't matter if it's free smoke or not. If you continue the same people to come in here and go at people, and what they're saying is they're talking shit about their family, they're talking personal shit about them, and they themselves probably living in a car. But the one thing they have is a mobile phone. But they never go on, past the avatar because they might be living out the motherfucking backseat of a car that don't even work. But they never want you to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? The bombs of the YTBC, the fake ass YTBC. I look at the YTBC as like a cardboard, shelter. You know what I'm saying? People really believe this is a place where you want to be. Like, none of us in our right fucking mind will walk down the street and see that someone's built a home out of cardboard and say, you know what? Let me check this out. It looks very cozy. Let me check this shit. That's exactly what happens on the YTBC with this free smoke bullshit. There's no such thing as going over there having a decent conversation because motherfuckers are personal. Grown fucking man jacking off the other man, yelling and shit, having a big old motherfucking orgy session over there, yelling and screaming in the AM. I know if I did that and I got a girl that won't even say shit about it every week, she must be mute. She must be deaf mute. There's no way that she has perfect good hearing and she ain't saying, hey, baby, get off the phone. I mean, get off the PC. Come spend time with me, whatever the case may be. But for my girl to be in a situation where she knows that I'm going live and it's going to be all this, vulgarity, derogatory comments made, me cussing motherfuckers out, talking about controversial content, shit that you have to explain to her why you putting so much effort and stress into motherfuckers you never met in life. You know what I'm saying? That bothers some people. It bothers me, not to a point where, I'm sitting up here, with a headache thinking about it. It's just puzzling to me that it's grown ass adults that's doing it. And this is the kicker. You have certain individuals who are what you call malefactors in life. They're blaggers. Look it up. Blaggers are motherfucking scoundrels, mischievous individuals, punk ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? They're individuals that don't have any character or integrity. And just like boxing, you can say, well, boxing don't have morals and principles. You talk about it all the time. Correct. But I am not a boxer, nor is this fake ass community called the YTBC consists of boxers only. It's just an acronym to enhance people to be a part of something. It's not really anything that's going on that's legitimate. I'm just being honest. Transcendent Sports in the building. Salute to you. Big dog. What's good? Salute Combat. Nice opening. What's good? Appreciate you. Romano, salute World Combat Sports. What's the Y.T.P.C? J8 in the building. The Y.T.P.C is just, acronym that consists of a lot of adverse words that I believe collectively to attach to the people who are inside, who consist of the free smoke sessions in the YTBC. Parasites, pussies, punks, panders. You know what I'm saying? The pathetic individuals, the individuals that really believe that this is going to wake them up in the morning and they're going to be something more than what they were yesterday. That's not the case. You're not going to be anything more than yesterday. Individuals that use body, but yet it's not a body. And then grown ass men with families laughing about it as if it's really true. This fake ass shit on the YTBC doesn't have a box rec to it. It doesn't have a body rec. All right. This fake ass YTBC shit doesn't have a body rec. And then it's no one there to referee or judge it to make it official. There's no paperwork or documentation that we can talk about to make this shit legitimate. It's just a controversial area where you can go play. And it's getting to the point where it's out of control for quite some time. And what makes it the worst there is that you have individuals who have been at this YouTube game for quite some time, but in order to basically integrate a new fan base, they have to start having a moment such as this. And I don't feel that's something I need to do. Like, you actually look, it's a lot of shit I'm deadening when people say views, right? Whenever I hear someone talk about someone's channel and they claim they don't look at your channel or know your channel, that's cool because you're talking about it. So obviously you pay some type of attention to the channel itself, right? Then they talk about views. Whether they understand or they choose to ignore, you can pay for views. You can purchase views, likes, subscribers. You can purchase all this artificial intelligence. You can purchase that data at any given time, long as you have the money for it. So that's false. That's absolutely false. The only way that you legitimize your live chat and the people that really fuck with you, which is a small community of faithful followers, is the ones that show up all the time and they donate to the channel. But that's not a priority. I'm just saying they donate to your channel and they show they show their presence. You know what I'm saying? They show their attendance and they integrate themselves into the topic. They come to your channel and they can talk about the topic and they drop some damn good conducive content. They can have a dialogue with you on your topic. Those are the ones that truly fuck with you, the ones that share your content, the ones that pass a word about you, the ones that fuck with you offline, right? Now, when it comes to those individuals that are human beings, right? And just say you on a panel and they have a problem with you. And the first thing that comes out their mouth, oh, so-and-so, I saw one of his videos and he don't have that many views. And look, in my mind, I'm saying if it has one view, that means one person's seen it and they potentially shared it. Now, I know that's being a bit informative. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you in a way that, yeah, I'm being I'm talking strict semantics. You know, I'm trying to keep it organic, and I'm trying to let you know that if it's one view on that motherfucker, that means one person outside of the person myself who created it looked at it. So Here on YouTube, it allows different people to look at your video to build up the viewership. What does that do for you? For the individuals who are consistent with jumping on here every day for content, they have to be here every day for their viewers and their followers. It's a job. It's what they chose to do. So that if they have people who support them and donate to their channel, that's awesome. I have no problem with that. Man, get your bag how you get it. You know what I'm saying? But then on the other side, when you're in conversation with certain individuals who are trying to grow their channel, and the only thing they want to talk about is personal shit or your channel, as if your channel is your social security number. Like, them showing up to your channel means something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to deduct pay out any check that you're getting because they graded you at a C minus or D plus on the live that you presented. If YouTube was like that, then people would be very, very, how you put it? They would have much more of a thorough format to putting their content out there. You know what I'm saying? If you had individuals that's allowed to grade you and weeding out the trolls, and they had more so of an authentication for people to only use one account and to be verified, and they was able to give you a grade, and you seen the people who was able to give you a grade, do you know how many users people will have? Seriously. You know why YouTube is so open like that? Because it allows them to make money off you. And being that YouTube opens it up for people to create multiple accounts and ghost accounts and have free smoke sessions and create these narratives and all this, and just have an open-ended erratic platform, because they're getting their percentage. The person that invented YouTube is making so much money off of individuals who are out here creating content and believe that they're making so much money. But this is what gets me about this situation with the free smoke session. It's unhealthy. And I would say 75% of the time, it's not even a free smoke session that's basically the entire time talking about boxing or talking about combat sports. It's usually a break, a pause in the action where you have to allow 2 or 3, 4, 5 individuals to go at each other's throats. Grown ass men now. And then what was hilarious as fuck is that individuals that don't know shit about your platform, but yet they'll sit up here and say you're a fanboy. They'll say you're a dick rider. I've never been around so many men that love, and I don't want to be petty, but if you're looking for dicks, you got one of your own. That's not enough. Serious. That's not enough for you. You can't talk about a woman. Like, I've never been in a community that consists of so many platforms and they never have topics of discussion on women. One of the most beautiful creatures God created. Women is the root of all evil. They're the most smartest individuals in life. Well, when it comes to the fake ass YTBC free smoke sessions, all people do is say the same shit all the time. You know how many times you heard bitch ass nigga? It has no relevance to it. This is non-physical energy on here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's non-physical shit. You hear motherfuckers talking all the time. Some of them don't even show their fucking face. You have no connection to them at all. And even for the ones who show their face, if you never broke bread with them or talked to them on the phone and kind of get that vibe of who they are, and you fucking with them like that, then you really don't know who they are. It's a lot of rats on here. Yeah, that's the only way I can see it. It's a lot of rats on the YTC. Leave the B out this bitch. There's no such thing. It's no conformity. It's no format. It's no standard operating procedures. It's nothing that we can jump on here every day and have a curriculum from Monday through Sunday. It's never. I know people look at it as if, hey, check this out. It's harmless. It's innocuous. No, 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 no. No, I don't want to hear that shit. Because for me, at my age in life, right, being all around, travel all around the world, and I've matured in certain points of lessons learned, right? So being that I've traveled where I've gone in life and learned what I've learned, I'm expected and demanded to be a better person in certain situations, right? So people look at me like, well, we wouldn't expect you to act that way. I said, I agree. You're right. I shouldn't be acting this particular way, especially if I have a family, right? I should somewhat set the example. But then you have the rats. It's almost like people come across these rats and you're so used to their mannerisms all the time. Every time you see a rat, you either hear them or see them, and then you look at them and say, damn, that motherfucker look nasty as fuck. That's a rat. Look at them just scurrying around and going into the sewer systems. Look at them just in the garbage. Look at that motherfucking rat. That's a big rat right there. That's a small rat over there. I've never ran into individuals until this YTBC that love to embrace rats. You love it. You motherfuckers love embracing rats. Motherfuckers don't have shit going on in their life. They hide behind the screen. They're empowered. And they sit up here and talk shit all the fucking time. And Retro for Life 79 boxing, salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. I don't care. It may be 4 people in the building, but I know it's more listening. It's all good. It's all good. You don't have to tune in. It's all good. But you can hit the replay if you really want to listen. And you can hit the replay. Let me read to you what I wrote briefly. I don't like on my website, start investing my time in other areas, what I do behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I'm saying I'm the best writer, but I have at one point in time wrote for a mag before, but me, I like being on my own hours, on my own time. I do this when I do it, and I'm not restricted to come on here and just, that's something I have to live off of, but I do appreciate the support. If you look on my YouTube video, in the description, this is what I had to say. I said, death to the Y.T.P.C is imminent for the sanity of boxing competence. What is often labeled as the YTBC, YouTube boxing community, is a social media sewage dump, an environment for age-appropriate dose to transit in a virtual state of delusion, deception, dumbfoundedness, and self-seducing mouth-watering terms such as dick riding on replay. Word to self, about 95% who populate this YTBC are men. 40% are members of the Club for Clowns, a weekly manifest extended for hours, then commit themselves to a lengthy, debilitating war of words, totally absent in underscoring the word boxing. A weird convergence, wouldn't you say? I mean, there isn't a single YouTube curriculum-based timeline that involves conducive journalistic media reporting. Almost every channel, to include my own, have erased precious ticks from the timepiece of life to interact with faceless, pathetic avatinians. It's self-explanatory about what an avatinian. What's an avatinian? The pseudo meaning doesn't include everyone, but the tip of interest encapsulate the loosely threaded social media marauders, trolls, or intention seekers. Beings as such, I got to explain this. Human beings, I just put beings who monger in the shadows of secrecy, rebelling idiots. Okay? In the shadows of secrecy, rebelling idiots suited with belligerency, legitimized cowards, and protected through the comfort of physical absence. Now, hear me what I said, right? The pseudo meaning doesn't include everyone, but the tip of interest encapsulate the loosely threaded social media marauders, trolls, or attention seekers. Beings who monger in the shadows of secrecy, rebelling idiots suited with belligerency, legitimized cowards, and protected through the comfort of physical absence. Physical absence is what? The disconnect, the gap between you and the people that you communicate with here in the virtual setting. It goes on to say, be clear. This is only expanded over time to platforms who are genuine, educated in the sport of boxing, or should I say a select few. What is the end game for this fictitious, frivolous term YTBC? Is there any way to inject productive growth to the word boxing on platforms lacking conformity outside of topic-driven controversy and cliché clickbait called free smoke? Now, through all of what I've just read to you, this is where I get into a brief detail on free smoke. You didn't think I forgot to elaborate on the single most foolish term on YouTube called free smoke? This baseless term is consistent of high energy for countless interactions portrayed to be about boxing, but submerges quickly in a cesspool of foolishness. Yes, foolishness is a lighter term to describe grown men speaking highly of this fictitious term, but unwilling to attend a sensible dialogue. Once again, a sensible dialogue. Dr. MLK mentioned the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. There are some who will assume this quote complements challenging themselves to an impotent free smoke session. That is pure stupidity. Pure stupidity. A true challenge for cowards is to attend the heat on a neighboring platform and know that you're not in control of denying access or muting voices that will hold their square intensively without personal obscenities. Once again, a true challenge for cowards is to attend the heat on a neighboring platform and know that you're not in control of denying access or muting voices that will hold their square intensively without personal obscenities. The members of the Y.T.P.C, your typical pussy community, speaks the loudest, but are primarily the weakest link. Screamers, empowered by a facade of fake toughness that unbelievably has gained acceptance like those to an orphanage. Am I right or wrong? Screamers, empowered by a facade of fake toughness that unbelievably has gained acceptance like those to an orphanage. True Words, an online adoption agency for impulsive few personalities grouping themselves in the presence of like-minded blaggers. They are the social media smurfs, those who hang around long enough and people take interest in their own weird acceptance. Maybe during their quiet time, they find themselves advocating for other complete idiots. No other phrase to soften this up, y'all. Free smoke is identical to those who recycle toilet paper. Keep it around long enough, then complain about why it's... Let me start over. Free smoke, I have to drink some water. Free smoke is identical to those who recycle toilet paper. Keep it around long enough, then complain about why it's turned into complete shit. Their defense is to derive an excuse as to why their shit don't stink. And it's only innocuous kids playing internally to a dilapidated mental catalog of troll coddling. Okay, I got it. It's people out here that are truly coddling trolls. I've heard it so many times. People will look at a motherfucker that they'll never invite to their dinner table with their family. But somehow, some way, they don't have enough integrity to check that person continuously and attempt to change who they are when they're on this particular platform. If they're on your platform and you allow that rat to act like he's in the street or in the sewer systems, you know what I'm saying? scurrying around doing what the fuck a rat does, and you don't check him because that's the way they are. You used to seeing a rat act like that, then you're just as wrong too. You're fucking wrong, man. The defense is to derive an excuse as to why their shit don't stink, and it's only innocuous kids playing eternally to a dilapidated mental catalog of troll calling. You have seen this person, those individuals, so many times that you understand they're fucked up. But listen, for me, I never understood or been around someone that would give me that pass. Seriously, I've never been around somebody that say, Scotty, man, you get that pass, man. You know, I know how you are. I used to hear that shit growing up though about some people that I consider very, you know, ominous type people. I wouldn't say too much demonic. Demonic is that's like a double-edged sword that it just goes in and just cut from two ways. I mean, or motherfuckers. I don't want to say demonic, but I remember, some relatives of mine who, I used to say, well, why are they so fucked up? And then I used to hear this shit that's just the way they are. No, I say, no, that's not the way they are. They have a choice. If they go to work every day, they're not acting like that. Don't ever believe that shit. Unless somebody is absolutely diagnosed with mental illness, then you shouldn't be giving these rats a pass. You shouldn't allow them to continue to enter free smoke like a sewer system. You know what I'm saying? All it is a cesspool that they choose to swim in at any given time because they're comfortable with it. Motherfuckers comfortable with seeing that thumbnail and staying up late nights. I never want to be in a situation where I'm on here consistently every week bickering with another man. It's almost like these individuals don't mind being in a virtual relationship with another man. I'm serious. And listen, you can't be mad at me because I'm not even calling no names about anything. I'm just saying the YTBC free smoke shit is bull. Death to it all. Done. It doesn't make any sense for boxing because most of the sessions that are out here, they're off topic to boxing, to be honest. Real talk. You can yell and scream about it. It doesn't make any sense. L Dub in the building. Salute to the Shadow Ghost. What's good? What's good? I don't have a problem with dropping the link with people to come in and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I know the individuals that's going to speak their mind, and I know every conversation is not going to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get that. I've been around. I don't give them old timer stories. I know where I've been in life and what I learned and what I experienced and everything else. They say a mistake is once, but to do it over and over again is a choice, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you slip up and do it once and that's a mistake. All right, cool. But you continue to do the shit, it's a choice. And for those of you that continue to condone people who are making choice to be a rat, then you're just as culpable as they are. You're enabling them. You're basically providing them a pillow. You're basically allowing them to come into your virtual home and you already have food prepared for them. You ain't shit. Basically, if that's just like, I mean, sometimes when it comes to chemically induced dope fiends, right? Sometimes they don't have control of their body physically, for real. There's drugs out there that's psychologically dependent and ones that are physiologically dependent, right? And most of the time when you deal with synthetic drugs and all that, you really don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? So it's almost like having a dope fiend that's fucked up off these, Flocka bath salts. They fucked up. But when you see them on the street, you pick them up and you goddamn bring them inside. You say, I gotta give you a nice place, to shower up and everything. And you're going about your business because this person knows you. But then you turn around, your money's gone and they gone. and you continue to do the same shit all the fucking time. You know they're a fucked up individual, but you choose to keep them company, knowing how fucked up they are. That's weird and strange to, dealing with this. Because like I said before, it was a point in time like, hey, I wasn't even on this damn live shit. I went live on Facebook every now and then, and I wasn't really fucking with YouTube because I was out there doing what I do in the field, going to these boxing matches and shit. Same story you heard time and time again. But when has it come down to this right here, y'all? Tell me if I'm wrong. If you are participating in the YTBC free smoke shit, would you want these type of individuals to be a part of your family in your real life? Like, do you take any consideration that these type of parasitic individuals are really coming a part of your life? Those of you that are basically entertaining these rats on a weekly basis, they're basically being a part of your life. And they're not even contributing. A lot of these rats don't even donate to your channel. Don't say, look, somebody donate to the channel and you only donated this many times. It's the point that I did donate. But a lot of these people that I see that's rolling around and doing shit, they don't donate to your channel. You know why? They don't want their shit traced. They don't know how many ways there is to trace a rat. It's so many ways to trace a rat. You just don't have to go off their droppings of them showing up every time to a free smoke bullshit ass session. It's many ways. That's why I don't trip. When I'm dead in this, y'all need to grow the fuck up. There's some intelligent human beings that are basically doing this shit for views. It's people out here believing that they're going to get rich off YouTube. YouTube is not going to be around forever. So just take it for instance, YouTube. Let's just say they say, hey, I'm giving you a full year. No, let's say 6 months. Put a little bit more sense of urgency on that. You know what I'm saying? Jay Blue's in the building. What's good? Trick Noli, what's good? What's good? Andrew Charles in the building. Salute to you. D Ray, what's good with you? Appreciate everybody in the chat. Though, peep this out though. What if they provided you a 6 months? Just say you're making pretty good amount of money a month, but they say 6 months, YouTube will no longer accept live chats. YouTube is just becoming a platform-based, information-centric platform. You are no longer allowed, or will you be able to make monetary gain off YouTube. It is being shut down permanently. Now, for those individuals who have had all these donations, right? All these subscribers, right? This is where my logic comes into play. If those individuals was fucking with you really hard on YouTube and you was making pretty good money, then you should be able to go to an alternative option on a different platform, and all of those 50, 100,000 subscribers should follow you over there to that new platform, and you should be able to grow. Those are legitimate, faithful followers. I'm talking about loyal to you. They would do that. Now, for the other ones, let's see how far the rats get you. Those who enjoy controversial topics for views. You know what I'm saying? If you had to leave, will those same individuals follow you to a different platform? Would they acclimate to a new setting? What if the new setting on a different platform didn't allow sessions such as the free smoke, which individuals go in there and make it partially about boxing, but more so personal, personal obscenities and verbal sparring and talking about people's family, talking about an individual you never physically met in life. What if they didn't allow that shit? What if they force you to put your payment information in there to join the group, right? And they're able to fine you for content that's outside the guidelines. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't meet their standards. What if they find you? What would you do then? Will you tighten up? Yeah, you would tighten up. And then you really have to say, okay, who's going to fuck with me? Being that we can't sit up here and cuss each other out all the time. Are we going to be able to have the same individuals support me on an everyday basis on my same schedule? And let's keep it strictly boxing. What if that was to go down like that? Would you still have those loyal rats scurrying around and helping you out if they can't come in there and troll you? No, it's not going to happen. Just treat the YTBC as an acronym that's similar to a sewer system. Because a lot of people don't know what's in the sewer system, but they don't want to, they don't want to be around it unless it's certain areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's in this platform right here. I know what's on that platform. They pick and choose. Like as kids, it was certain drainage areas that you can walk up in and they really wasn't as fucked up. And then you go to some that say, damn, this shit is fucked up. It stinks. It smells like sewage. That's sort of what the YTBC is. You have certain pockets on here that are absolutely trash and garbage. It's the sanitation department. Free smoke only recycles bullshit. That's all it is. It's a cesspool that recycles bullshit. It's not real. It's just a term. It sounds good, but listen, at the end of the day, it's not really a session where you can go at somebody and be able to talk in a sensible way because you start arguing and debating. And this is what's wild, people. You have grown motherfuckers, right? They will sit up there and say some dumb shit to you. And being that we are humanistically able, some of us, able to control our actions and behavior. Time you raise your voice, they would have been the ones screaming and yelling, but time you raise your motherfucking voice, these people say you're sensitive and emotional. I think that's the most vagina etiquette type of pussy ass shit that you can do. Like you really love those silk panties being tight on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You say you stand up when you piss. But yet, you telling another man he's sensitive and emotional because he's defending himself. And I'm saying, damn, what type of health and comfort products are you using? Motherfucker, you the one got the yeast infection. For real. You saying some fucked up shit to a grown man and you don't want him to stand on his square? So you basically saying that they're getting sensitive and emotion. And then you got other men, grown ass men, they're laughing about it. Like, I'm trying I'm trying my hardest to keep the fam out of it. But some of you motherfuckers got family. And for you to sit up here and act like you don't, and then some of you're trying to tell me whether you have a son or daughter, you're gonna allow them to be around individuals that you socialize with on this YouTube community. You're gonna allow that shit to happen. Like this, for instance. Just say you're doing this shit for 5 years. You happy. 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. You telling motherfuckers you've been on this shit for 10 fucking years. But during that 10 years, your kids have been monitoring you, observing what the fuck you've been saying, yelling and fucking screaming. And they picked up what you've been doing. So all of a sudden, they get to a point of 16 years old. They in high school, 17. And you hear them doing the same shit. So what you gonna do? Get up. Hold up. I gotta go take care of some shit. They go on mute. Come to find out, they kids up here doing the exact same shit that they have observed and hear. Look, they're hearing. They're hearing. They are observing you yell and scream every fucking week. And they're doing the exact same thing now. They figured it out. They've seen your computer. They've seen you online. They've understood. And look, think I'm bullshitting. Mark Nash in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Major Key Boxing in the building. Salute. Listen, this is what is, look, this is going on, people. That's why I say this shit is bullshit. It's garbage. Because you're trying to tell me most of you out there live in a home so fucking big that your kids can be on the other end and they can't hear a word you're saying. You're a rich motherfucker. You don't need to be on YouTube. Fuck that. Delete your account. I mean, not delete your account, but goddamn, just limit the time that you're on YTC. And you don't need to be on here if you got a house that big. If you're able to go in one location, one part of your house, and no one can hear a word you're saying, that's living with you, that's a part of your family, whatever the case, relatives, friends, whatever, then you're a bad motherfucker. You rich. I'm telling you, this shit is going on. You know why? Because I have conversations about it with some individuals. I've had some conversations with people who has found out their kids were on YouTube also, and they have heard their parents in these sessions talking, yelling, cussing motherfuckers out. And they actually found out on YouTube just by going on there and seeing motherfuckers live. They clicked on it and they became a listener. And they're actually listening to whoever it is in their household, and the person that's actually on live don't even know it. The kids are fucking smart. They're looking at you. They're looking at your avatar. They know everything about you, but they don't want to tell you. They don't want to piss you the fuck off and have their privilege restricted. So they just letting dad or mom do what the fuck they want to do. I'm serious. I'm telling you some real shit. If you give or take 5 years consistently going on this free smoke bullshit, and you yelling and screaming into the AM, what your family speak? They sleeping with headphones on? I'm keeping it serious. If you in an area that's less than 3,000 feet, 3,000 square feet, right? I'm just saying, give or take 5,000. 5,000, that means you have some areas in there that you maybe can soundproof, and you could be in there and you may be good if you got the money to do that. But if you're in an open area, like a lot of us, and just in the kitchen or whatever, living room, media room, basement, and you yelling at a motherfucker that's fucking with you, you in this dumbass free smoke bullshit, and your kids hear your voice, so they come around so they can listen, and they find out that you're on YouTube. They say, okay, shit, let me go on YouTube. I don't have to damn creep around. Let me go. They put headphones in their shit, and they goddamn listen to you, their parent. They listening. You know, this shit can start when a kid is 9 or 10 years old. These kids are that smart. When you want to give your kid the newest phone, most of these droids or these iPhones, you know what? These kids don't take long to damn do their own research and create social media accounts. You might have a motherfucking kid that's trolling you themselves once they learn how to play the game. Especially if you don't have a healthy relationship at home. You might find out your kid has created a motherfucking account and trolling their parent. This is exactly how I think. I've had conversations with individuals who are absolutely shocked that they was coming on certain channels and talking shit during the day, and when their kid was around and their kid picked up, they was in there and they were so freaking focused on the screen and cussing the motherfuckers out. The kid was watching them. They found out they was on YouTube. They go back to the room. Their parents ain't really damn caring about what they doing. They searching around. They say, oh shit, This might be it right here. Okay, he's talking. And then they find out what your damn logo look like. They find out what your screen name is. They find out everything about your channel, bro. Everything. So guess what they do? Some kids pick up the same behavior and they get into these groups and they talk like you do because they know how to create a fake account. They know how to damn have a logo, to place a logo on their shit. Yeah, man. Believe me when I tell you that shit is real life. Believe me. If you are here in the open area in your home and you cussing motherfuckers out, believe me when I tell you that it's people listening. It's people listening. Those individuals that's with you are listening, and then there's individuals that's tuned in to the Y.T.C that listens to you. And if they don't like you off your words, YouTube allows the loophole to be for people to create counts, because with that, it's going to generate more revenue for certain people. Even if you come in through a fake account, it's a view. All right. A lot of people don't really respect or care about it. If you come in through a fake account, it's still a view. You're helping out the people that you're trolling because you're coming over there into the live chats. You're jumping on their freaking platform and allowing them to generate revenue off your trolling. That's facts. Let me get to some of these people in here. Mark Nash, appreciate the donation, my brother. Salute to you. People, here go the link. Shadow, Major Key asked, did you figure out the StreamYard? Yeah, that's something that's productive to people to have conversations about, but don't nobody want to talk about, giving a tutorial about StreamYard. I know Mark put out a very informative tutorial about how to use freaking StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? But that's some shit people are not going to talk about because it's boring as fuck. But you learn some good shit. You know what I'm saying? You really learn some good shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Nash say, LOL, trap house. No, I feel you, but seriously, you can get a nice piece of property in Atlanta for the low. Mortgages are cheaper than apartments most places. I agree. I mean, you can get a nice size home, but my disclaimer is, to the average household, do they have something that's over 5,000 square feet? Do you have a house big enough so you can go in a location where you can have your private time, where you properly set up the room and soundproofed it, so your voice is not echoing through the floors up to where your kids can hear you screaming and yelling all the time? Because if you think for 1 second that your kid is not sponging up all this behavior that you're putting out, all this fucking energy, and then let's just say, for instance, that you're on there for hours. Let's just say your kid has came in there back and forth, and they might feel some type of way. They've been hearing you yell and scream, so they feel some type of way about you. It caused conflict within your home. Are you going to yell and scream at them? Because all they're going to do, they're going to take it, absorb it, and then they're going to regurgitate it online. They're going to become you. They're going to talk shit like you. They're going to talk shit like you. They're going to become you. And then when they run into some issues at school, and it might become serious, it's gonna come to a climactic moment where they're gonna say, you know what? I got this shit from you. You stupid motherfucker. This came from you. I've been listening to your ass. You got this dumbass place you attend called Free Smoke, and I've been listening to you every fucking week. When you should be spending time with me, you ain't doing shit but yelling into a mic at somebody you don't know. I picked up your habits. And since I picked up your fucking habits, deal with it. If I got suspended from school for 10 days, deal with it. Don't come over here telling me I'm on punishment. No, motherfucker, you on punishment. Shadow Ghost, what's good with you?
Hey, what's good, World Combat?
I'm chilling. It's good to have you back in the house, man. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, I just wanted to say something real quick. Hey, I know you know this already, but I just want to reiterate. I was on the live stream when that thing happened, and the dude said he had receipts, and you blocked him or whatever. And I don't think anybody was really, he was beefing with everybody, but
Oh,
um,
hold on, Shadow. I really don't know who you're talking. I'm talking about collectively about multiple platforms. But what are you talking about exactly? I mean, be clear a little bit. What you talking about?
I was talking about H money.
Okay, what about him?
No, I was just saying I was on there, and if you ever and I know I don't have to say this because I mean you see me, I subscribe to you, but I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes I have to tell people this, and that's not just you, I tell other people this, but I go on everybody's streams. So and so I know sometimes like you like there was times where you was having an issue, not an issue, but you and Rapstar was going back and forth, or sometimes you have, you know what I mean. But I got respect for you, bro, and I watch your videos, and like when you came into punches, I think it was Streamyard that one time, and the one guy, I forgot who he was, but he was just I forgot his name, bro, but he was real disrespectful, and he was just trying to act like, oh yeah, yeah, World Combat, and I was like, you don't even watch him, and I said, name one video. You do you remember? And
Yeah.
I was like I could tell you right now what his video what was about, and it was about the dude Michael, what's his name,
Michael Williams Jr.
yeah, Michael Williams Jr. and his father was on there. He couldn't name a video, but anyway, man, I just like I don't want you to ever confuse that I'm with the fuckery. Like Major Key, you see Major Keys here. Like we're always on the other channel, so I know what you're talking about. It's certain individuals, but I just want to express that I got love for you, bro. I got love for anybody that gives pure content. Um, and I like you because you're not biased, bro. And I already told you that that one time I saw what happened with that the Bill Haney situation with the Drew Titan, man. When I saw that, bro, I literally unsubscribed to any of those dudes that was in that chat. I unsubscribed to them, bro, because I just felt like that was fucked up. You sit here and y'all want to make it seem like that y'all for your people and shit like that, and you just literally just jumped this man for no reason and then called him a racist. Well, not called him a racist, but they try to say that you brought up race. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Hmm.
fucked up, man. Because it is right, man. I understand what you mean with the free smoke. I think that not everybody has that intention, but I understand what you mean. It always ends up going to that.
You don't think it
Um,
fuels? You don't think it fuels
well,
energy that's not even healthy to the YTC community? Like, uh, let's be honest, the YTBC is just an acronym. All right, it sounds great and everything, but really, it's really no unity there, Shadow. It's really no unity. And first of all, I wanna salute you, bro. When I salute, it's from prior military. It's for commendable acts. You know what I'm saying? And I always I fuck with you because since day one you came on here, you've been legit. I see you on other panels. I don't have a bad thing to say about you. You know what I'm saying? And you have spoken up, so I respect you for that, bro. Um,
yeah. Eh,
but for me, in those situations, it's just evident on what I'm talking about
Well,
because
actually,
really it get very personal.
I was gonna see if Major Key. I know he's there, but about the free smoke, I don't know if he wants to come on or whatever. But he does the free smoke. But he has, and it happens on his channel. But he does it. He tries to. He's just trying to start it up, and it does happen. But he's taking a totally different. Like he wants to take that different approach, but it always ends up taking. I see what you're saying. It always ends up. People always end up arguing, and people always end up threatening each other and talking shit. And I see what you're saying. Like people can't just talk boxing. They can't just talk facts. They got to get in their feelings. They got to get and I don't know what that is, and I don't know why because we're on the internet. It's not like we're at a bar. fucking drinking and shit, and somebody's getting all disrespectful, and we about to fight. I mean, we
But
don't
see,
even.
that's the point, Shadow.
Yeah, I know.
If we was having a drink, it would nowhere come to this energy, because then you will be in the presence of the individual. You will understand and size them up, because that's just life, as you know, from the alphas to the betas. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens, Shadow. You size people up. But on here, people believe they're Goliath behind the screen. They can just talk shit all the fucking time, dog.
Yeah, and that's why I checked that one dude, bro, when you came on that one time, because before you came on, because me and you are veterans, bro, and before you came on, and he was like, "Oh, World Combat, this and that, you know, oh, you the man, you the man." Right before you came on, he was talking so much shit about veterans, bro. He was saying that we're pussies and all this
Who was
shit.
that? Who's that?
I forgot his name. I don't know if Major Key knows his name. Us, the dude that always says one day he's Dominican, one day he's black, one day he's I forgot, bro.
On
He's
what panel was this on though?
it might have been Major Keys, right?
No, no, I know
Okay.
you talking about. That was on Punch Drunk. It's his name. I know you talking about. You talking about.
Oh, I need money. I
I need
need
money.
money.
Yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
when you came on, he was like World Combat, World Combat, and I was like, bro, you don't even notice me. Like you don't watch him. Like I said, I watch him. I said, name one video. I could tell you what his last video was, and he couldn't even name. You know what I
And
mean?
it might have not. My bad. I said Punch, but it might have been on Black and Brown. To be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, I think it was Black and Brown. But that's what I'm saying. Like he's a disrespectful dude, calling veterans pussies and all this type shit. And I'm like, why are you even on a boxing channel talking shit? And then they put up a picture of Roberto Duran, Felix Trinidad, Julio Cesar Chavez, and I forgot who it was, and the other guy. And we were like, just name one of them, and he couldn't name one of them. So I'm like, so you have no boxing knowledge. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
remember that day. Y'all was cooking him pretty good. I don't even know the dude to this day. I seen him on there, and people was in his ass. I'm
Yeah, but
talking
that's
about they was
and
they
that's
were choking him out at the neck, man. And I
yeah,
don't
but
know
that's what
why
I'm
he was.
saying. I don't know why people are so disrespectful when it comes to that, because it's like you said, we're on the internet, bro. It doesn't have to get to that, and that's why I respected you so much, bro. When I saw what happened, bro, I was shocked, bro, because I was eating. And sometimes when I watch people, or I'll click on YouTube, like whether it's Punch is on or if Major Key is on, like before I get on a panel or something, I'll just rock and I'll eat, and I'm watching TV at the same time and I'm listening, you know what I mean? And I was listening to y'all, and at first I saw you get on with Drew Titan, and I'm like, okay, this is just a chill thing, you know what I mean? Then I saw it start getting out of hand. I turned off my TV. I was like, oh, let me tune in to this shit. And then I just
Mhm.
saw the fuckery, man, and I was like, oh man, that's just fucked up, man. And it's shit like that. It's like that's uncalled for, because you would think if I would think if you invited me on your channel, if you said, hey Shadow, come on my channel, or just to ask some questions or whatever, you're not gonna when I start asking you questions, you're not gonna secretly start texting another dude to come on, or
Yeah, 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 for
you know what I
sure.
mean. And next thing you
Yeah.
know, there's like fucking 6 people on there, and you're like, what the fuck? You're like,
Yeah.
that's
Can I
crazy.
go ahead, World Combat? Because as I see you
Go
want to
ahead, Major
respond, then I
Key.
want to respond as well.
No, go
Yeah,
ahead, man.
no.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, go ahead,
All right.
Major Key.
Now, all I wanted to say is, when it comes to that, keep in mind that I was doing an extension because I normally don't do free smoke, but I'm also not gonna like condemn it 100% because I see what because basically my boy Black and Brown does this shit all the time, Free Smoke Fridays. You know what I'm saying? But he's been trying to get that under control in his own right. You know what I'm saying? The same way that when it comes to my panel, you're gonna hear me chopping it up with everybody about boxing. But my whole thing is you don't need to talk about boxing and disrespecting each other because, like you said, we're in face to face. If we was at a bar disrespecting or in a barbershop or something like that, nobody would be talking like that to each other's face. You know what I'm saying? So all that bullshit energy, like oh I'm hard because I'm on the internet, I don't feel that at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I be trying to tell people, yo, relax. You know what I mean? Let this person talk. You know what I mean? If you can't keep it under control, then it is what it is. But at the same time, when you hear the topic free smoke, it's like okay, all right, so let them go loose for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's back and forth. But then when it starts getting disrespectful, is when I try to reel it back in. And if you haven't noticed that, you know what I'm saying, that then I invite you to go check my shit and see that I'm trying to reel it in every single time somebody starts getting disrespectful. I start bringing it in. You know what I mean? And if it's two people that I recognize that always curse at each other and they got a history, then I might let them rock for a little bit and then be like, okay, we got all the bitch ass out the way. We got all I'll fuck you up out the way. Okay, now let's talk about a little bit of boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, people, I don't know why people look, it's no proprietor of Free Smoke. Let's get that straight. And look, and Major Key did not start Free Smoke. You know, right. Goddamn Black and Brown Boxing did not start Free Smoke. Free Smoke has been out here for a while. It's been out there for a while. It's just certain panels are gathering up a community of individuals that tune in for Free Smoke because it allows them to get off, right? This is not directed at Major Key or anything. It's directed at the platform itself of individuals who see Free Smoke and then they come in there and make it personal, and it's not even about boxing. It's bullshit, period. It don't make any sense. It's not even a contribution to the YTBC, which is a fake community in itself. Because if you're in the YTBC, that's what you're saying, but you're having a free smoke session and people talking about killing people, kids, and disrespecting their family and shit like that. That gets you 6 feet with a eulogy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just don't happen. And it's real motherfuckers out here.
So can I be direct?
People just up here. Hold on for a second. People just loosely going at the same people all the time, but yet you can go a week without even saying anything. You can be on platforms and you cool, and then you go on Free Smoke. Then people up here bringing up your name, and you haven't even spoken to them. You haven't even had a conversation, a dialogue. So my point is, let's say, for instance, since Major Key is on here, like the situation that happened with my name was brought up to Mark. All right, and you know. Me and Mark cool. We stay in the same location. We boys, and he's a solid individual. So therefore, when the rat brought my name up, therefore I'm wondering why. Because the person you should be focused on that you're communicating your apology to is Punch Drunk. All right, that was the primary focus, not me. Because listen, me and Punch aren't close enough for him to just totally forgive you for all the bullshit you have done to him because of snitching on me about a fucking lie. Like, how does that play out in front of a panel full of people without people checking this motherfucker? How does my name come up as if me and Punch are best friends?
Yeah, he got checked though. He got checked.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did get checked. I understand. You know, like I said before on my other live, I say, oh, so you're gonna send Major Key receipts? I said, cool. You know, that's the person to send it because we communicate. I said, go ahead, send the receipts, whatever. You know, but the fact that he brought my name up and I don't even communicate with this motherfucker. But in the fact of you trying to mend a bridge that you broke and burned down with Punch Drunk, you're bringing up my name, and me and Punch is not even best friends like that. So what was the purpose? Just to hate? Just to bring my name because you want attention for World Combat Sports? I don't even fuck with you. Now, when is somebody gonna hold this rat accountable for not even showing up on my platform and having a decent conversation? He's proven whenever he wants to have a conversation, he can. He'll sit up here. I apologize for fucking up again, but he won't come on my platform. He won't come and apologize for me. But yeah, you're gonna tell some lies.
It was a very weird situation, man, because when he started apologizing, Punch looked at him and like I didn't even, first of all, I'm new to this YTBC shit, you know. I've only been doing this shit for like maybe less than a year. So when he started apologizing, I'm like, okay, the way Punch was looking at him, I'm like, okay, so this gotta have some deep shit behind it, because. And then he apologized, and then he said something like, that's what I apologized for. And then Punch says, nah, what are you apologizing for? Because Punch is like, I want you to tell me what you're so obviously,
and he should, yeah,
tell because me. he just tried to say hey Punch, I'm sorry, Punch, I'm sorry. And Punch was like, no, what are you sorry for? So basically, he wanted him to admit, like, I guess I don't know if he threatened his family or something like that, but I guess he wanted him to. He wouldn't admit it, and that's when he got. I think what happened, World Combat, is when he got into that situation, he turned real quick and flipped it. Mark. For no reason. For no reason. Mark wasn't doing shit.
Shadow,
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's a smart observer right there.
Yeah,
That's a smart observer right there.
Mark wasn't doing shit. And he got nervous because he knew he had to fucking bring up what the fuck he was gonna, whether he threatened his
Mark was minding his own fucking business.
Yeah, it was minding his own business, and he was in a situation where he had to bring up what the fuck he was gonna, and instead of bringing it up and being a fucking man and admitting it, he spazzed out on Mark and then brought your name up into it and talk about I got receipts, and then it fucked everything up because then it, like Major Key said, everybody got on his ass, bro.
What you got to say about that, Major Key?
So first and foremost, I think since Mark is being spoken about, Mark, click the link, brother. We want to hear you too. But no, coming to the topic of the free smoke, man. I hope I didn't forget what I was gonna say. Let me see, because I had a specific thing that I was trying to say, but I know you was cooking. When it comes to the free smoke, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. So again, I started off building on this thing, right? For my boy's channel, you already said it's not directed at us, right? And I already knew that. We speak off the air, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, man, like I fucks with World Combat, you know what I'm saying? So, there's no doubts in my head, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I see that he's trying to clear stuff up. So I'm trying to say, he shouted out H Money. I'm going to personally shout out fucking MXBC. Them motherfuckers are clowns, bro. I already kicked them all off my fucking panel because I was testing to see how far they would go. They wanted to say, oh, we're into Jesus now. We're all going to chill. I knew that was bullshit, and I gave them an opportunity just to show them that, hey, now, by coming onto my panel, you say that bullshit, I'm going to kick you off, and it's going to be for good. I'm blocking you. You know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean? So I will personally say that the free smoke channels like MXBC, when you got a fucking Nazi, fake Nazi racist over there, and then he's trying to talk, and y'all engaging in conversation with this dude all night long, like if he had something important to say when he's not doing anything important at all for boxing, just talking shit about racism, that's not boxing. So there's no even this, and I think that falls more under the line of what you're trying to talk about, World Combat, which is basically that. Somebody's got to echo, but I think that falls more along the line of what you're trying to say. Is you talking about free smoke, but it's not free smoke about boxing. You're just trying to talk shit.
I still don't know who MXBC is, so I hear it. I don't know.
Shit, you ain't missing nothing in life. Your life is more valuable than mine then, because I spent a fucking year talking to them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, fuck that, man. They I ain't none, but I do appreciate what Shadow Ghost observed the same as I did. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, this wasn't directly directed at one session that Major Key had. I've seen this on several occasions, but what I'm saying is, for somebody like that to observe what he just said, it's the same thing that I observe. I'm saying to myself, like, you're trying to speak to punch about a history, a torrent history, like a history of contentiousness between y'all. I'm talking about disrespect, right? And you apologizing to the man. Just apologize to him and keep it on him. But see, Punch being smart enough in his own right, he said, no, hold up. Be specific for the people. Explain to them what the fuck are you talking about. Don't talk in circles. Don't do it. If you're being real about it, talk. Let everybody know what you're apologizing for. But then to bring my name into it is almost like you're infatuated with somebody who don't pay your attention. You might be doing something for Bill Haney. I already dealt with Bill Haney, on somebody else's shit. He wouldn't show up on my shit. And then people over there talking about, I'm mad because he didn't say hi. No, it's man to man respect. This motherfucker called me a bitch ass nigga when I know I'm not. But then when it comes down to someone that's quick to say Deontay Wilder fanboys and people laughing at this nigga, this was the same guy who was up here on Barbershop Conversations damn Randy Raven and said, champ, thank you, champ. You're champ. We can't wait you come back. And then he comes up here and say Deontay Wilder's fanboy. So basically you're talking shit about Deontay in a sense to get praises from all the other dumbass motherfuckers that's co-signing your ass. You know what I'm saying? But then to bring my name into this shit on a free smoke session, I just thought it was bullshit because there was a bunch of grown men on the panel. And when he brought me into it, I'm like, nah, motherfucker, you should be. Hold up, pause, stop, stay on topic. This is about you and Punch. This don't have shit to do with me. Period. I just felt that he was trying to furthermore, bring negative attention my way. And I always drop the link in there. Dude, the link is in the chat right now. Don't be hesitant to jump on other panels and bring my name up. But yet when I drop the link, like y'all say, free smoke, drop the link. Okay, when I drop the link, I get parties. Motherfuckers are UA. I don't like talking about people on other people's panels. That's just bullshit, man. And I don't tag team motherfuckers in. That goes for Trash Star too. The link is there for you too, but you ain't gonna show up because you know you're not gonna be in control of the panel. You know what I'm saying? Both of you motherfuckers. You know you ain't gonna be controlled. I do commend Major Key for I told him this offline. Major Key is one of those cats that'll sit back and observe you. He ain't observing you because he's a punk. That's just the way he operates and the way he moves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. I've been in several dialogues where I never seen him just jump on the bandwagon of individuals, and me and him can disagree on the topic. He still won't go in on me as if we never talked about it. He said, World Combat Sports, that's fucked up. For you to come in here with that bullshit, man, that's fucked up. He never do that shit. But he will chime in, and it's with substance, it's relevant to the topic, and I respect that shit. But all this other free smoke bullshit, bro, it's not even healthy for the YouTube community. Real talk. Because somebody explain to me, what is something in the YTBC that you can say that's consistent? Name one thing that's consistent in the YTBC that deals with boxing. Exactly. Exactly, man. Why are we using the acronym YTBC and it's not even something that's can you go on a panel and just strictly talk about boxing without anybody being cussed out?
Yeah, man, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up,
So for the entertainment value, I guess it's for the entertainment value. I
think that's what it is mostly, man. Because if you, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I heard one channel. I won't mention names because I don't even know if you fuck with them. But one thing that he said one time, he doesn't say it normally, but he said it one time when somebody asked him a question about a specific channel. He said, "Listen," he said, "Look, I don't have no problems with the dude, but I'm gonna just say this." And he said, "If somebody's acting like a clown, you know what I'm saying? They selling something." And I don't fuck with people that are selling something. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I understand what you're saying. HLB in the building.
He's seen right through that channel. It was a major channel. That's why I'm not going to name the name because, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know the dude personally that said it. I don't know the dude personally that he was talking about, even though I know who he's talking about. But because they asked him a specific question about this person, and he said, "Look, man, here's what all I have to say is, look, when a person acts like a clown, they trying to sell something. And I'm not buying that, so I don't fuck with people that are trying to sell something, acting like a clown, period." You know what I'm saying? And this is the way I move. This is the way what I believe in. And I left it at, and he left it at that. You know what I'm saying? And and I respected that. You know what I'm saying?
Understood, man. So being that you just mentioned what you mentioned, right? Why are people putting a rat on a leash? I'm not talking about one rat. I'm talking about several rats who do the same thing all the time, and you see them as being that rat. So it's almost like the rat is so used to coming around that motherfucker started to feed him. Like, oh, that's so sweet. Look at the rat. Come on up. I got something for you. You have motherfuckers eating out your hand, and you allow them to hang around knowing they're motherfucking disease-infested rat. They up to no good. They over here only for opportunity. So they're coming on the platform and they're gonna come with the negativity. They might talk a little bit about boxing, but their main agenda is to go at one or two people that's on the motherfucking platform to talk shit. Period. That's what they there for. An opportunity to get off. And these are not even content creators. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers that may jump on somebody else's panel and they really fuck with that group. But when they on your panel or other people's panels, they just spread the rhetoric, bro. It's negative. It's nothing consistent about the YTBC that I can say I fuck with. Like, I could say this happened every week consistently with the YTBC. It's not a community. It's no unity. None of that shit. It's just a bullshit ass acronym, and it makes individuals believe that there is a legitimate group of people that talk boxing all the time, but it ain't. They might talk a partial part of boxing, but not conformity from Monday through Sunday. It's not. It's more so like, just look at it this way. Am I wrong when saying that the free smoke sessions lasting for hours at a time? I mean, you're in a group chat with dudes and you're yelling and screaming, body, free smoke. Yeah. I mean, it's in the AM, dog. You're not even drinking with a motherfucker. You know what? Y'all have me fuck bitches together. You ain't this shit. You ain't damn broke bread. You ain't borrowed no money from one another. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know each other from school back in the day or whatever. You didn't grow up in the same hood. These are just individuals online, dog. And you willing to give that much attention in the AM? I don't get it, bro. I know it's virtual. I know it's social media, but dude.
No, it's worse. It's worse. It's not just social media. It's that COVID brought something onto these people, right? And so these people are like having a difficult time detaching themselves for what they're attached to already. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's some deep shit right there. I think it's like post-traumatic stress syndrome when it comes to, and I'm not gonna disrespect military people by putting in the same category, but I think it's like some type of post-traumatic stress syndrome when it comes to the YTBC and fucking and the way they interact with their everyday lives. You know what I'm saying? Honestly speaking, bro, because yo, this whole weekend I had to get off of fucking YouTube, bro, because motherfuckers trying to hit me up. I'm trying to chill with my wifey for Valentine's Day, bro.
Yeah.
I know I came up on your live for a quick second because I seen the topic and I was like, oh shit, what is he talking about? That's why we spoke offline. But you know what I'm saying? Like honestly speaking, shit, you know, we had to eat some fucking good grub, candlelit dinner, you know what I'm saying, and hang out with each other, you know, spend some quality time. It's Valentine's Day, bro. If nobody knows, that's one of the most you know, that's one of the most important days to a female. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you take care of them besides their birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure you dress up, go out and do something with your wifey. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that as a man, then shit. If you're going to be on YTBC, you know what I'm saying? Then shit, you got something to to fix. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, your wifey's supposed to be the most important part of your life, man. That's supposed to be a duo right there. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. She, you know, look, she's supposed to be why you make the decision. You know what I'm saying? Without being forced off this motherfucker. Just say, okay, I'm going to chill with my girl. Y'all take it easy. I'm out. Period. We're gone. But I look at it like a bunch of dudes freaking being in the company of one another, test levels all high, jacking off for damn 3, 4, 5 hours. You know, when it comes to some of these arguments, like, there's a lot of freaking free smoke sessions, man, that gets crazy into the AM.
Bro,
with the disrespect.
Bro, the shit that's crazy is when Major Key was saying that, bro. I started laughing because I just like I said, bro, like I've only been watching shit, right? Like and just talking. And I said like a couple weeks ago, I said, man, you know, I fuck it. I'm just gonna start talking about boxing and make some videos, right? And so I started a channel. But it's not even a channel. I just like put like 1 or 2 videos, but I didn't even. So I started asking them like, how does a StreamYard work? And that's why he was asking me about
yeah,
right? So I made 2 videos today, right? And in my video, I said, damn, man, boxing's in a weird spot. You know, COVID got people all fucked up. I said, I'm all fucking bored with COVID and shit. I fuck around and make a channel and I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. and he just said that shit, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, yo, that shit, and I'm military too, and he just said that shit. That shit's funny, bro, but in a way he was serious. So it's like, but I said it as a joke, but then I think about it and I'm like, yo, that shit is true though. This COVID shit got me fucking always on the computer, but I'm 100% service connected, so it's a
Yeah,
different
but
story with
it's not
me.
just you though. It's not just you, even though you understand it because you're service connected, right? But
Yeah,
other people don't even understand what they're going through. It's like a lot of people when they go through depression, they don't even know they're going through depression. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's something serious that, and they think, oh, never me. I can't go through that. Like I'm too strong for that. But then meanwhile, they're over here fucking crying in the middle of the night with a gun to their head with a fucking bottle of liquor and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to
yeah.
tell nobody that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's serious shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
You know, post-traumatic stress disorder, the term itself, the acronym has been around long before it was associated or attached to the military personnel. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
been out here for a minute. So they can, even police departments, firemen and all them, they can have post-traumatic stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? But no way in hell am I giving a pass to a rat having PTSD as to why they act the way they do on the YTC. There's no way in hell because look, you are consciously logging and joining in a notification, and you know what it's about, and you know what your intentions are. So you, let's just say, for instance, a certain regular individuals that are known for trolls. They have it within them to do the same thing, and then they get to a point where they apologize. The individuals that they're apologizing to have went through a depth of motherfucking disrespect, a depth. They just motherfucking bathed them in that shit. And then we made videos on them, people goddamn talk shit about them, never met them in life, none of that, right? Then they come back around and apologize. And then they say, okay, cool, so and so might be changing. And then they flip on them again because they have a disagreement. It's plenty of motherfuckers out here in this YTC community that does that on a regularity. But my problem, Major Key and Shadow, is the point where if I've never been in that situation, right, where I had to apologize to Shadow or Major Key on some bullshit, then I got a tab I need to open up. Because if these motherfucking rats is getting away with this shit over and over again, they're able to apologize to people and you see them on the fucking panel, then I need to start doing the same thing. I need to just start acting like an idiot. So
Oh,
I can say, you know
I'm a,
what? I want to have fun with this. I'm just gonna start going the fuck off. I'm gonna start disrespecting motherfuckers because I know down the line I'm gonna call Major Key up and say, Major, I
bro,
apologize.
bro, I haven't experienced anything like that. But if somebody does some shit like that, bro, I'm not even gonna pay him any mind, bro. I'm done. Like, yo, the moment somebody disrespects me like that, yo, that I'm just there's disconnect. I don't know the person. I don't see the person. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I like I'm never. You see what I'm saying? Like I see what you're saying. Why do they keep letting them back? Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay. I'm like, cause the moment, like, if I'm talking to somebody or like, fuck that, bro. I'm blocking that motherfucker. I'm never talking to that motherfucker. Nah.
Hey, hold up for a second. L Dub said, welcome at why you don't ever come to my channel to talk boxing. I don't do free smoke like you're saying. It's straight up boxing knowledge on my channel. I mean, to be honest with you, L Dub, I didn't even know that you had a channel where you have a panel. I didn't, to be honest with you. It's no disrespect. I didn't know. I don't never see you live, and I'll have to, like once again, I will have to friggin' after this, go in and subscribe to your channel or whatever. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I never saw a notification. I haven't seen you live once. So I'll check that out. It's not just straight up boxing knowledge. It comes down to a point, you can have general conversations on topics that fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? If it's off boxing topic, at least make it interesting for the audience where they're not tuned in and say, wow, man, these motherfuckers, they lost their mind. I mean, they out of control, man. This is getting crazy personal.
Well, yo, honestly, with you, World Combat, I can, as a person from an outside, as like you said, like Major Key observer, like obviously we are observers, bro. And from what I observe, bro, in the past couple of weeks, bro, I can see why you feel like that. Like you've gotten into it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I see where you're going with it.
You
But
see what I'm
like,
saying? I don't.
look,
Yeah, I don't want.
look, check this out. For everybody who's talking about the Drew Titan, we talked. I told him, you know, it's just period. I'm not gonna say nothing slick about Drew and the people that was on that panel because we talked behind the scenes, linked up by a solid cat that I fuck with. And we talked about the entire situation. So who am
No,
I to
I
get up
didn't.
here
Yeah,
and
no,
talk shit
I'm not
about
even
them?
talking about them. I'm not. I don't even
No,
talk
I'm
about
just saying in general. A lot of people bring that up,
but
and I appreciate you tuning in and watching. You know, watching how that all played out. But myself, I'm just trying to tell people that you know that shit, the way it goes down on some of these channels, you know, like that, and somebody calling you a bitch ass nigga and shit. That don't do anything for me, man.
yeah,
Nothing. I
that
heard
shit
it
was
all
fucked
before,
up.
dog.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up, man.
Yeah, like why? What's the point? But
Yo,
yeah.
motherfuckers don't even know that my man World Combat will choke a motherfucking nigga like a squirrel, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
A declawed squirrel.
Hey, hey, you know I'm always mess with you about that one. But yo, nah, on some serious shit though, like bro, man, like you know, I look at things like this, man. Look, I go to I frequent a cigar bar, right? For example. In that cigar bar, you got you know, all types of cigars that they clip it for you, they light it for you. You know what I'm saying? You go down, you sit down in some leather chairs, recliners. You're around people, waitresses that keep coming to check you. You know what I'm saying? You know, people got lockers in there for their own you know, unique kits of cigars and liquor and shit like that for whenever they come to the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I do shit like that, and I chill and I sit with men and talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not used to all this neither, bro. I'm like this is new to me because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's gotten me used to understanding. That's why I decided to do my channel because I was like, you know what? Like there's so much bullshit going on. There's so much arguing and this and this and that. Let me just do my own thing because whenever I
So
want,
you
because I
too.
like talking about boxing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
because
I
I
didn't mean
like
to
talking
laugh.
about
To you
boxing.
too. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro.
I like talking
Shit
about
had me
boxing.
bugging,
So
bro.
yeah, so I mean, I like talking about boxing. So if I want to give my piece, or if I feel like having a conversation with other people, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I even paid for the 10-person StreamYard the other day was because my panel was so lit that I had to keep chiming myself off just to let other
Oh
people
yeah,
on.
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I was like, you know
But
what? I'll
yo,
just
you
pay
said that
for it
somebody
while we were
paid though,
live.
right? Somebody
Huh?
paid the one of the people you
I
said.
paid it. No, I
Oh,
paid it.
all right.
You crazy? That came out. No, somebody was saying everybody should shoot
Yeah, cause
money
that's
and made the fee,
yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
that's
Like
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
didn't
cause
I didn't need
that's what I
nobody's
thought
money. I was
happened.
good. Yeah, I
All
didn't need
right.
nobody's money. I was holding off because you know what I'm saying. I thought I could manage it because usually it's one more person in the background, and then I'll just tell them to hold on for a second. I got them next, blase blase. But it was like mad people there. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me just pay for this shit right now.
So
So I paid for it.
are you keeping it like that or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the free smoke?
yeah, no. Here's the thing. I never did free smoke. That's Black and Brown's thing, and you know that's why I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page with
Death to
World
free
Combat.
smoke. Death to free smoke.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. Black and Brown has been doing his thing. That's my boy right there. You know what I'm saying. I know World Combat is not talking about him
Yeah,
specifically. You know
nah,
what I'm
black
saying?
and browns.
And
But
look, how are we gonna put a tag on a certain individual for free smoke?
that's what I'm saying. That's
Who
what I'm
Nah,
trying to
yeah,
invented free
clarify.
no, you
smoke? It
can't.
wasn't
Yeah,
black and
cause
brown.
yeah, that shit is mad other channels, bro. I've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's other
I've,
channels been doing free smoke, man. Like this is not proprietary to one individual, man. This
I
isn't.
know, but me myself, the only channel that I fuck with that got free smoke is him. Really, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
So,
I've been on several
um,
channels, man. I'm talking
yeah.
about. Oh my god.
Besides the MXBC motherfuckers, which I don't really give a fuck what they say. They probably say some shit. They probably go live and talk about this live later on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but what I'm saying is that I fucks with him and me myself. I took an extension off of that. You know what I'm saying? That particular night, and we were just talking about boxing until you know a lot of people wanted to argue, and I try to give a couple minutes here and there. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not really not like trying to do that shit every week, every Friday, or every other day, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? I went live three times that week. I would have been live 4 times last week if it wasn't for repercussions that I was facing with people calling me up like, yo, you know, what happened with this? What happened with that? And, you know, and I fuck with a lot of YouTube content creators. I'm getting like calls from like 30 people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing all type of shit. I'm like, yo,
but wasn't your initial intention though for Free Smoke is unity?
I mean, the thing about Free Smoke is just get it off your chest, right? That's pretty much.
How if you get shit off your chest,
don't disrespect nobody. That's the whole thing that I have. That is different, and I know Black and Brown has been going down this lane too. It's like it's not that you need to call somebody a bitch or I'll fuck you up, I'll fucking kill your mother. You know,
but that's exactly what he did on your shit though. He went at my boy Mark. That's a solid dude because he wanted to come at me. He called him a bitch ass nigga and all that, talking about your channel, that, and the other, and talking about the man's channel. Who gives a fuck, dog? Like, you're not donating to his channel, so that's you true. Don't have any vested interest, but you want to just come at Mark just because of me. And he's coming. That's how whole ass niggas do. They'll sit up here and come through somebody else instead of coming directly at the person they want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Right. They'll say the link is in the chat for hours and hours, and they'll never click on the link.
Mark did hold his own down though, like, you know what I'm saying?
Correct, but still, he shouldn't have to hold himself down, bro.
Held himself down. You know what I'm saying?
Correct, I agree, but okay, this is all about holding yourself down when it's unprovoked.
No. Okay, so then we get into the nitty gritty here. So what you're saying is that I should have shut that down instead of letting 2 grown men talk?
No, it's like, look, if it's 2 grown men talking, that's a different story, Major Key. Okay, it's a lot of grown men that was on the panel, but you being the host, you like, okay, where's this fucking coming from? Because it's unprovoked for him to go at Mark Nash the way he did. It made no sense when you're trying to mend some type of broken wings with
Mark and him were throwing shots at each other, though. You see, that's different from you coming on, right? And not saying anything and talking boxing.
So what did Mark Nash say for him to be called a bitch ass nigga?
Mark knows that they were both like throwing like, you know, little shots at each other. You know what I'm saying? And Mark held himself down. Like I left it only 2 minutes of free smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go at each other. And by the end of it, you know what I'm saying? What's called it? H Money was like, hey, you know what? I got no smoke with you. You right, Mark Nash. You know what I'm saying? This and this and that. So whatever the fuck the outcome was, but I mean, if you trying to talk to me as far as being a host, no, I hold myself down all the time. You just gave me credit for that. So I mean, I don't understand.
I didn't discredit you for that. Come on, Major Key. I didn't discredit you for that. We're talking about generalizing the situation that I didn't think Mark provoked the situation on that. I just thought that it was a whole nother, movement of unity, bro. So if it's a movement of unity and you have a rat on there apologizing to Punch Drunk and he's supposed to be primarily focused on that how fragmented it is, focus on that strictly. Don't bring up another grown-ass man name and divert attention to Mark Nash when he has nothing to do with it. He doesn't even have anything to do with shit that happened in the past. You know, like this dude has so many lines and avenues of different people and then go back to apologize only to freaking do it again. But people are freaking co-signing and advocating for this. That's where I have a problem and say there's no conformity. It's no integrity. None of this shit. Because why me? I'm not even talking about this nigga.
So what subject do y'all disagree on?
On who? Who disagree on? What subject?
You and H Money. Is it Deontay Wilder?
I don't even know what we disagree on because I haven't really said. I just know him and his people have been making videos, everything I put out. You know, they have something to say. He disrespecting my boy Michael Williams Jr. Pops, which is a real one. I'm talking about a real one, been locked up and everything for freaking murder, all that shit. And, he just disrespecting because of his son. His son is good people. He's genuine. But also, back in the day, this where Bill Haney wants to consider me what he called me because he don't understand me and him the same age. So I look at things as if he look at things. So when you asked me to come over there and help do interviews, guess what? That's what I did genuinely. But then it turns around that all of a sudden, we have a mouthpiece for a brand. All right, he's a mouthpiece for your brand, but yet he is a loosely reckless mouthpiece. He's bad for business. And I said these things on the live. I say, Devin Haney ain't fucking with him. They ain't gonna bring that man to eat and break bread in their house. You ain't doing for media. So when the whole situation went down, they was trying to make it seem like I was motherfucking jumping on Devin Haney's bandwagon when I had my own shit going on. Like I was complimenting the fighter being respectful. So this how I'm consistent with my shit. When he asked me on his live, where do I rate Haney when he was trying to conform a grown ass man, a retired Marine who's led all the way up to the Pentagon and shit, who had to do briefings with generals. He was asking me whether I rank Devin Haney in the lightweight division. I said third. You rank him third? How? I said I rank Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko ahead of him. He goes and goes off screen and think I'm supposed to run away and goes and get Bill Haney. He goes get Bill Haney. Bill Haney comes on there. I'm like, what the fuck I supposed to do? Run away? Like, what are you talking? And that's where we had our disagreement, because you was asking me to help do interviews. I wasn't asking you to come on my shit to do interviews. And then you try to twist it on your panel and tell people that World Combat Sports is trying to jump on the Devin Haney bandwagon when I actually supported the brother. But I was truthful. I was truthful in saying that I had him third in the lightweight division. I didn't have him first. But he wanted me to say, well, you have him again? I said, I got him third. What the fuck, man? You owe man, get off my... and then he goes off the avatar and gets Bill Haney. And Bill Haney's going to go there and steal his shit. But overall, none of it made sense, because I say this and I say it again. What did I do? But except tell you how I feel. It was my fucking opinion. And then, I'm trying to talk to this dude and say, dude, why you keep switching up on me? Why you sitting up here bullshitting around? Like, this ain't personal with me. But then it's made personal, and they want you to talk about them on the channel. And they talk about, the link in the chat, free smoke. It's not free smoke unless you're willing to go outside of your comfort zone to somebody else's shit, which I had no problem doing.
I think the answer to this then is free smoke on my channel tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking with you, bro. Like,
no, check this out. You put a free smoke on there, a brother like me is not gonna go up there and listen to the same shit from this dude. Look, listen. I'll pull up. I've been on people's channel by myself. I've been on Black and Brown's channel when I was talking about Deontay Wilder. Hold up.
Yo, I'm saying, look, like, don't get worked up, Scott. I was just fucking with you. But look, the only thing I'm gonna say is when it comes to the Devin Haney situation, I also had a dispute with Bill Haney the first time, and that's one of the reasons that I had a fallout on a specific channel. But because motherfuckers was trying to say that there was a dumb question, I was trying to say, yo, Devin Haney should fight Felix Verdejo. This is before Felix Verdejo fought Nakatani. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that would be a good fight. You're going to get a Puerto Rican crowd if you beat him. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? It still gives you credit for fighting him. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, who the fuck is that? This and this and that. And which point he was trying to say that Felix Verdejo wasn't worth it. Now look at a lot of people. You're going to have people that have Devin Haney fifth. You're going to have some people, of course, that have Devin Haney up in the lightweight division. Further ranked, but then you're gonna have some people that have Nakatani ranked a little higher than him, and either Devin Haney fifth or Nakatani fifth, and it's because of that. It's because he fought Verdejo and did what he did, come back to win. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to tell the dude from the get-go. But I was a dumb guy for even suggesting that. But you see, you don't understand that Puerto Rico is a big fucking supporter of boxing on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
But Major Key, let's be clear. This ain't about one person. Period. Right? We ain't doing that. This ain't about one person. I'll be sitting up here lying to myself if this is about one person. It's not about one person.
But you mentioned Bill, so I responded to Bill.
Correct. But I just want to make it perfectly clear. This ain't just about one person. But see, with everything that happened, even with the situation with Bill Haney, I haven't really talked about it. I haven't talked about it no more after the fact. I made that video the day after, and then talk, and I let that shit ride. But ultimately, I haven't had a conversation with Bill Haney. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I stood on my square. Even when I was asked on his channel about Haney, and I say he's 3. And Bill want to say, well, you was up here talking about he was great, this and that. Look, I was being respectful for his boxing skills. He has boxing skills, but his resume is trash. Period. He has boxing skills. Absolutely. No one can tell me anybody on his record is what it's supposed to be, comparable to what Teofimo Lopez did. But at the end of the day, the problem is you have a mouthpiece that's done run around and disrespected countless amount of people, and you're trying to tell me that you're going to disrespect me, but yet you have a mouthpiece that's going around here disrespecting and lighting fires with boxers and individuals who's taught boxing go to the fights. You don't even go to the fights. You don't even have one lengthy interview with a fighter. So therefore, I hold myself to a standard to ignore some of the shit that's going on because it's trollism. It's not even a word, but I'm saying it's trollism. Because when it comes down to it, you don't leave and you don't go out to these fights, but you would rather stay secluded and talk shit and convince people that you're hard ass, you want to claim blood and all that. Nobody's buying that. Nobody cares about all that. I'm just telling you that when it comes down to, if you're going to have a reckless mouthpiece, then accept what comes with it. Don't sit up here and call another grown ass man a bitch ass nigga when you have a hoe talking for your brand. Period. You have a bona fide hoe talking for your brand. That's period. And I think it's some whole shit for you to show up on somebody else's panel and not show up on mine and handle this as what you call so-called men. That's period. I'm being outright honest. Like, I've dropped the link several times. If you had something to say to me, you don't have to sit up here and do it on somebody else's panel. You can pretty much do it on my freaking panel. Because anybody know by now, I don't do this shit for views. But come on, man. You have an individual that your son don't even fuck with. You have an individual that's out here. I support Michael Williams Jr. heavy, but they're out here trying to start a freaking diversion with boxers in Devin Haney's camp with Michael Williams Jr., which he's not even that dude. He's a solid young man. He's not even on social media like that. But he's going out here starting freaking fires, talking about, oh, so-and-so in this camp, trying to damn create animosity between fighters who really haven't made a big name for themselves yet. These guys are growing in the sport. But what I can attest to is what I physically experienced. You know what I'm saying? I physically experienced being around Michael Williams Jr. So for him to go out here and attempt to start wars and get an amateur fighter talking to a phone and call somebody a bum, I'm like, dude, these brothers out here reckless. They don't have any sense that they're young enough that they may meet this same person in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You might meet these individuals you're starting little fires with.
And I got to fall back because my battery's kind of low. I've been working all day. Just got off of work when I jumped on. But, yo, I know Shadow Ghost want to get his piece in too, man. You know what I'm saying? But Shadow Ghost, much respect to you, brother. World Combat, you already know, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yo, holla at me whenever. You know what I'm saying? And thanks for having me on your panel.
Hey, you know what it is, Moji. Can appreciate you pulling up, man. Enjoy you and the family.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. But this is not no way, shape, or form stuff I'm bringing up that deals with one individual. I've been perfectly clear on speaking up in situations that I know that I didn't provoke. But my question is, please don't co-sign the rats. Don't call anyone, derogatory terms when you have the worst one as a mouthpiece and you allow them to be co-signed by you.
It's no reason why my name should have came up because I haven't even been mentioning your name like that at all. I don't mention this nigga name at all. It just doesn't make any sense why people say, well, I hear this all the time. Like, people I respect, like, man, I like his energy. So what energy? What energy you like again? Because if you're talking about you like ignorance and you co-signing motherfucking ignorance, then I need to fall back on the amount of respect that I have for you for co-signing ignorance, because I never got no one to co-sign for me. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody walked up to me and said, hey, Scotty, hey, I know what you did was fucked up, but hey, I'm fucking with you, okay? You was dead ass wrong, but I'm fucking with you. And I'm saying to myself, no, I don't need you around me then. Because if I'm wrong, I would like somebody around me to say, no, that was fucked up. And if I was you, I wouldn't really take that route anymore. I mean, don't do it. Don't be that person, man. That's why I'm saying this free smoke, this YTBC shit is all a delusion. It's a motherfucking smoke screen. It allows certain people to gain attention. Perfect example for those of you that's tuned in. You will hear people say clout chasing all the time, right? But really, when it comes down to it, how are you clout chasing someone with no clout? The phrase clout is given just like the YTBC acronym. What the fuck is clout anyway? Really? If you're on YouTube, as long as you are, do you really have clout? Seriously, do you really fucking have clout? You don't have any clout. You just trying to put yourself in a position of hierarchy for some people to look up to you and say, oh man, so-and-so, they got clout, man. You know, no, it's not that way, man. You ain't doing anything. When you stand on somebody, when you stand on your square, you got to stand on that shit consistently, no matter who it is. You can't sit up here and fall back just because it's one person in a certain position. How the fuck will I ever be a bitch ass nigga when you have one that's a mouthpiece? Period. It makes no sense. You have one that has went out here and served their country, retired, but yet just because I tried and attempted to support your son's cause because I was asked to, then it turns back around that all of a sudden, just because I'm not conforming with saying your son's name 3, 4, 5 times in the first minute of my live telecast, then I'm a hating. I'm not hating. I don't wish no bad on anything that Devin Haney got going on, but believe me, that rat is not the topic of discussion today. It's just the YTBC, and he has to be in the whole situation along with other people. Those other people are consistent with trolling. I just look at the man differently in this lifetime. They're changed. You have a lot of individuals that's really fucked up and have insecurities about themselves behind this avatar, but they empowered. You have a lot of beta males that sit behind this avatar. They talk all the shit, but they will not leave their home. They won't talk to you. They see you at a fight, they won't say anything to you. Period. These are individuals that won't even go one-on-one with anything you have going on. It's just all talk online. But one thing about social media online, you have other people that are beta males too that are co-sign and really would never check this person when they dead ass wrong. How can somebody that's a troll, when you come into somebody else's platform, how are they welcomed with open arms and congratulated? That tells me right there something's terribly wrong with the audience. If you know motherfucker's a dirty ass rat, why you consistently co-sign for shit? Why are you bringing up somebody's name like me that you say that's an old motherfucker and all that? Why you fucking, mention my name? It makes no sense to me. But you know, these individuals that are trolls on here, they'll be quick to drop the link, right? But when I drop the link, they know better. They don't show up. But no one checks them on that. They say, so-and-so dropped the link. So-and-so put up a thumbnail. Hey, let's have an open debate. And L-Dub, I don't know why you say, why I don't come over to your channel and talk boxing knowledge, my brother. Keeping it a hundo. How many times you have been on my panel, bro? You know, I fuck with you. But you putting in a live chat, I don't never come over to your channel and talk boxing. You never come on my panel and talk anything. So come on, bro. I have to like that up, bro. You haven't been on my panel. So that's just like me coming over to your panel and being in the live chat, and I say, hey, why you don't come over to my channel and talk boxing? Come on, man. It works both ways, bro. That's what it is. YTBC should be grow your knowledge of the sport. Problem is everyone acts like they know everything when they don't know 80% of these fighters from a can of paint. Now, one thing I said about LW, he does consistently know about the sport of boxing, and he deals with content. Now, with that said, it might be a lot of y'all that's not even really focused on that. Because once again, within this acronym of the YTBC, you may not want to look at the content that LW is posting because it's boxing related. You might consider it somewhat boring, and disinteresting, right? So you might not even give it the time of day. And that's what I'm talking about. It's motherfuckers that want to talk about controversial topics. You know what I'm saying? They want to be in a position of authority on the social media shit. And the way that they're doing that is by disrespecting people online and personally, making videos about them. Champ Ross, who governs the YTBC? I know there's others community have de facto leaders. There's no leaders in the YTBC. There's none. It's no leaders. Everybody is pushing their own platform. They want to inject growth in their audience. So the ones is really, staying consistent every day. They have people just every time that they are tuning in, they go live. They have hundreds of people in their live chat. Those are the ones you should be paying attention to, because even if they're talking on a general topic, they have people fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? They have people fucking with them. But then again, it's hard to support a lot of these people who've been in YTBC, so to speak, because it turns into a motherfucking competition. HLD, WCS roasted Bill Haney and that entire panel of Common Collective. I'm just used to having a conversation that's productive, man. Like, I always look at it like HLD, for instance. I didn't know who he was, and I just thought it was a fake account. But as a man, he came here and showed his face, and we talked about a topic we disagree on. For me, I respect that. Seriously, because I didn't know who he was, and he was saying some stuff in the chat. And so he came on here and said what he had to say. I respect the fuck out of it. That's what men's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to agree on everything, especially when it comes to Deontay Wilder. But peep this out, though. This is how it's so fucked up with this free smoking shit. No matter what you do in boxing, people always look at you and try to devalue shit on this damn YTBC. And they don't do shit for boxing, y'all. They don't damn go to amateur cards. They don't support fighters outside of talking about, certain favorite fighters that they have on here. They don't do shit. They don't do nothing but come on here and keep a schedule on this social media. They're not putting in work. They ain't damn supporting the fighter outside this platform. They're not goddamn grinding in the trenches. They're not waiting around and going to freaking sparring sessions. They're not seeing a fighter train. They're really not damn basically acclimating themselves with familiarity of a fighter so you can be able to speak about them online from experience. So when Deontay Wilder's name always come up, people want to always go against the grain because they hate Deontay Wilder. But then when I speak about Teofimo Lopez, they're quiet. It's fucking crickets. I showed them the content where motherfuckers was calling me fanboys. I'm like, but I was supporting him, and I did media on him before he was a champion. I was able to see Deontay Wilder while he was reigning champion, undefeated, several times. So what you're saying in a negative way, I tell people, like, I just can't relate to that because I haven't seen it. When I was around him and when I interacted with him in person, he never once gave me that fucking vibe. Never. I mean, not one even close to giving me that vibe. Never. But you got motherfuckers that never look. They will see Deontay Wilder in person and say, "Oh shit, that's Deontay Wilder." These motherfuckers go over there and say, "Hey champ, how you doing? Can I get a picture?" They would get a picture. A lot of these fake ass motherfuckers is on this YTBC shit, talking shit about Deontay Wilder will ask for a picture. A lot of these motherfuckers that talk shit about Teofimo Lopez, you see them in person, they will want a picture. Even the fighters that they're calling bums, you see them in person. If you're a true boxing fan, you're going to be like, "Oh shit, can I get a picture? Can I get an interview of you media?" That's just the way it sounds. But I appreciate the ones that show up to my live chat. You know why? Because numbers in this particular situation to me, I like the feedback for the number of people that I get in my live chat because I would say they know boxing. They know fucking boxing. So if they're going to ask me a question when I'm talking about a boxing topic, most of the regulars that I know that's in my live chat, man, I fuck with them. But when I run into these motherfucking individuals that's in this YTBC bullshit, they will quickly say, they would pull up my channel, right? And I don't even have my subscribers posted. You know what I'm saying? They say, "Oh man, look at his video." They look at one video, right? They won't pull up any video that's did over thousands of views. They'll pull up one video. "Oh man, you got one video with 35 views." They actually believe I'm gonna tell you to look at this particular video and see how many views. I'm not doing it. The only thing I care about is covering combat sports, interacting with the fighters respectfully, being graceful enough to cover the shit at my age, as long as I can possibly cover it, and then meet new people that I know that are genuinely good people, per se. You know what I'm saying? That's it. King Mitch in the building. Salute to you. Oh yeah, HLD say Bill Haney retired shortly after hearing the truth of his management decisions over the last 2 years. Coincidence? Man, I don't wish them no ill will, man. Like real talk, I just covered Team Williams this week. It's not the first time. His trainers Roy Jones and they roll as a family. The reason why I say that they roll as a family because it's true. Like we actually meet up. Roy Jones come in, even when Roy ain't there, man, we still meet up, go out to eat, and we socialize as a family, break bread and all that shit. Even at the hotel, bullshitting around and all that. Motherfuckers greet each other, and it's love, man. The reason why, let me tell you one thing that's crazy about this YTBC shit, right? I understand it's an open platform. But it proves my point on what I was saying about Bill going around here finessing these platforms. Because it's absolutely to a point where he says he's showing up for the smoke, but I haven't seen you come over here for the smoke. But yet you come over there when I'm talking about Teofimo Lopez in the same division as your son, and then you tell them to mute me. It's not free smoke because you told them to mute me. It's not free fucking smoke. But then I look at it like this, right? People gonna respect you because of the position that you're in or what have you. I understand, but if they're not being honest with you about shit, then how is there even respect? Like man to man, are we being honest about shit? Or are they just going to coddle every time and drop you links? I done seen so many freaking channels, man. I just recently seen it from another channel where, you had Gary Russell on there and then you dropped the link and, Bill showed up and shit turned bad. Once again, this is black on black, right? This is like, oh man, we brothers, we this, that, and the other. But then turns out in the YTBC that you got people dropping links behind the scene, and he pulls up to a situation that didn't need to happen that way recently. Like Gary Russell didn't deserve that shit. That's my problem. Like, why? Just focus on what you got going on. Like, this is what I say. When Team Williams, when we roll out, that shit is motherfucking family. I told that other dude, if they really fucking with you, have you did an interview? Have they invited you out to their home? Have you went out for an interview? And then you look back on my live when the first time this YTBC allowed Bill to frolic around and join people's panel, right? He showed up on my shit for the first time, and when I was over there, I said, well, you came on my panel, you didn't say shit to me. Motherfuckers took that and ran like, oh, he worried about somebody saying, hey, no, you on my motherfucking panel. And when I say, hey, can I, cover your son? He said, well, you got to make right with him. I said, what? You want me to make right with a rat? Nigga, what? You want me to make right with a rat that I didn't do shit? I didn't do shit to him. Bill told me the reason why he started fucking with H, right, was because I asked H, hey, have they gave you an interview yet? Have they invited you out to training? Is that so much? Come on, bro. Am I asking a question that don't make sense? I said, have they, because you keep saying Haney every other day, right? And I know you working, you bucking, you tap dancing, and this is the same person who talking about Deontay Wilder fanboys, right? But what the fuck are you? You must be a cock enthusiast. I'm just keeping it real. You got Haney cock all in your motherfucking jawline. Because you said that I heard, you come on my platform and say, you heard me ask him, have they gave you an interview? Have they invited you out to eat? Have they invited you to the gym? Which is very logical questions from an actual media guy. You know what I'm saying? I had no ill will behind it. I'm just saying, bro, the way you keep talking about one fighter, it makes no sense to me. I'm asking you a generalized question. Have you ever did an interview with him? And then truth be told, you weren't the first one to start fucking with Dan Devin Haney like that. It was your brother. You admitted to it. So that's another thing. Why come on my platform and this YTBC bullshit and convince these people that you all about the smoke and you just blending in like all the other cats, man. Everybody's up to a facade. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's up here just saying the same thing. And it's just not even personal because I don't know them. But what I can tell you from my interest and what I've dealt with Team Michael Williams Jr., there's no reason why anybody on that side should come at Michael Williams Jr. because he's not even on the YTBC. He don't even do shit, but this dude did. H did. H brought my name up to Mark Nash, who's not even that guy. I don't think he did or provoked anything during that free smoke session or whatever to warrant my name coming up. When you was actually trying and massage Punch Drunk's ego enough to be in his good graces. That's what you should have focused on. Apologizing once again. That's real talk. That's all you should have been concerned about. Apologizing. If that's where you're trying to go with an agenda, good. Go with that agenda and focus on it. Don't bring my name into it. Don't try to say, okay, well, now I want to have an ally. And the way I'm going to get this ally is that I'm going to go to World Combat Sports to be in Punch Drunk good graces for whatever ulterior motive that you have. But then, you have other people out here that's just as worse as he is, that's causing shit that's not even productive to boxing. That's all I'm saying. Like you tell a motherfucker to check your catalog, they don't want to do it. They don't want to see the truth. But understand this, people. I respect the ones that fuck with my channel all the time. There's no way I'm leaving you out. I've grown this motherfucker from the mud, really, when I was doing shit when nobody was tuned in. So I fuck with you. I appreciate it. And I know verbatim the names that fuck with me on a regular basis. That's cool with me. I know the ones that fuck with me on a regular. And it's all good. But what I want y'all to do is be very careful about, getting involved with a false temple that's really a trap house. You know what I'm saying? It's really a motherfucking abandoned warehouse. It's a cesspool for derogatory disrespectfulness, which bleeds over into people's personal life. Don't treat this YTBC shit as if it's legitimate. It's not legit, bro. Free smoke is just an appointment for you to pull up and goddamn stress yourself the fuck out on the individual that won't even show his face on an avatar. And then if they do show their face, all they want to do is give an argument and say the same thing. They want to call you a bitch ass nigga all the time. How many motherfuckers on here heard that? We've heard it 100 times over. So nobody give a fuck about that, dog. We could disagree adamantly on a topic and still be good with each other. It's called respect. I agree at your D for sure. 57 say, what round did Williams Jr. Fight? Hey, show your face, Mr. Show. I ain't never had you on my channel before, so you gotta show your face, partner. You know what I'm saying? Show your face, bro. Else, it's not even up to me to even let you on. I can't find no coverage on it. Thanks by the name. The name have passed. I don't even know what that's about. Let me see. You could check the promotion. I think it's 161 promotion. It should have the fight on there. You know what I'm saying? The fight wasn't like streamed by me or anything like that. I was just there taking pictures and all that. I was just there taking pictures. Blueprint Sports, what's good? Salute. Benefit was cool with you. He'd be promoting Mike Williams 24/7. Yeah. I mean, but check this out. When you have fighters who are trying to do the same thing that another fighter is, they have undefeated records. If that particular individual is not really independent, they're not doing their own thing like me. See, I can cover who the fuck I want to cover. I cover an IG platform, Facebook platform, and I have my own site, all that shit. And I can pretty much put up my own content. When you have an individual who's working for one particular fighter and they have to say his name over and over, that's what they're doing, man. Hey, get the bag. He may need it. Okay, cool. But that's not why I'm into the sport. There's no way I'm going to cover boxing and talk about one particular fighter all the time on my own. I cover boxing and MMA. So what I'm trying to get to the fans is that I have a variety of knowledge that exceeds boxing. You know what I'm saying? It expands outside of the scope of boxing. Period. That's what it's about. I mean, it'll be easy. Look, if I just covered boxing, I mean, I'd be crazy. But people don't look at it that way. Like, they just think, okay, you're talking about boxing, you're supposed to know everything about boxing. No one knows everything about boxing. There's some people on here, they would be dead ass wrong about shit, and then they'll still say you don't know shit and then kick you off the panel. I can talk about MMA at the same time. There'll be a mixed martial arts fight going on and a boxing fight, and I can cover both of them adequately to the audience. I'm trying to provide a ample amount of knowledge to the audience. You know what I'm saying? Even with grappling, a lot of people don't want to watch grappling, but grappling, BJJ is such a beautiful sport, man. It's beautiful, and that's why I look at shit different. Like, people look at boxing and say, "Oh man, Jamal Charlo said he ain't 168 pounds," and I look at it like, well, I think that's an excuse.
Hey, somebody said, can I hop on the panel or not? I don't know what I did to you.
First of all, I told you to show your face,
No,
and
Mr. Shelton.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I told you to show your face, and you want to play around and change the picture of your avatar and all that. I don't have time for that shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be about you. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to jump on the panel, I guess y'all, talk to whatever. Show your face. That's all you have to do. Don't just get on the panel and play around.
Oh, this is the same. This is the same guy from a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, the one that popped on. He popped on. And then, I said, show your face, and they just want to change their avatar picture and play around. It's a troll. Sir Ken in the building. Salute to you, Sir Ken. Appreciate you. Welcome back, sports. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chats. Smash the like button. So I appreciate you, Sir Ken, King Mitch in the building, HLD Champ Ross, L Boxing Champ Ross, all of you that tuned in. Hey, check this out. So Shadow, how long have you even been a part of the YouTube community? Let me ask you that.
Well, first, let me start off by saying, bro, I've been watching boxing since I was born in the Bronx, and I've been watching boxing since I was a kid. So, but I didn't know about the like, I'd only go on YouTube to just look at highlights, like a boxing highlight. I didn't know what a YTBC was until like 8 months ago. It started off, I think it was right around, I think Wilder Fury 1. It was right around that time. And I just would be on the internet more, and I started building gaming PCs. That's another hobby that I have. And I just started watching, and I started noticing that people would talk, and I'm like, oh man, they got boxing shows, but it wasn't like, I thought it would be like ESPN, but it wasn't. Just people that had channels. I was like, oh, all right. And I mean, I know people had gaming channels and different type of channels, but I didn't think people was into boxing like that. But then I realized that there was really that there's a section of people that really like boxing, like how I do. And then but then when I really found out that the LDBC, and then you got different groups and people separate, there's like extensions and groups within groups. I'm like, damn. Yeah. So it's been like 8 months.
So within that 8 months, do you think consistently you gain something? You like, as long as you've been watching boxing, right? Do you believe within in this YTBC facade, have you learned something from frequently coming on the YouTube channel and watching these channels? Because I know you frequent a lot of channels.
Yeah.
Okay. But have you learned something to enhance your boxing knowledge on this shit?
Well, first, let me answer this guy's question. He says, Shadow, what's your specs? I got a RTX 2070 Super, a Ryzen 3700X, and I'm running on is an 850 power supply, and it's like 36. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the. I have a liquid cooler. Oh yeah, it's a Corsair AIO. As far as learning anything, no. I mean, no. Like, did I learn any more knowledge from boxing? Nah. I just basically. It's like being in a. It's like being, and it's like if you like football, if you like the NFL. You know what I mean? And it's like talking to other people that like teams, and you're just talking about players and shit. Like, oh, this player is better than this player. Oh, I like this player. You know what I mean? It's just like that. I didn't really learn any knowledge of anything that I didn't know. I still have the same stances that I have on fighters. Nobody has influenced me in any way. I look at skills. I don't look at anything else.
That's what's up, man. I just asked because you have to have an acquired taste, so to speak. I always say this about this Y.T.C. If you're going to frequent YouTube, you have to have an acquired taste as to the voice you choose to listen to all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like a younger individual that talk about miscellaneous shit. Everybody have their own rhythm that they get into and talk. I
Yeah,
remember
well,
when
like,
I was
yeah,
coming on here.
yeah,
When I
well,
was coming on
no,
here, just
that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's how I well, like when I first started, I didn't know who to watch. You know what I mean? I didn't know who to watch. So when I would type in boxing channels, right, and then whatever popped up, I'd hit a subscribe. So at first I had mad channels. I had a lot because I didn't know who was good, who was bad. You know what I mean? And
mhm.
I would just watch videos, and then it didn't take me long to start finding, like, a person that would, like, man, either it just he wasn't clicking with what the person was saying, or I didn't like how the person was talking, or the person seemed like, it was just really biased on certain fighter. You know what I mean? And I was just, nah, I'm unsubscribing to that person, and and then we just keep getting narrow and narrow and narrow.
Hey, 57. I get it, man. He said, I saw your ring entry with William Jr. Just want to know the fight played out. That's all. He won by decision, man. It was a tough Argentinian. It was a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? Them Argentinian fighters do not come over here to lay down. And it was a damn good fight. And Williams went in there and basically displayed his technical boxing. He can box. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that, but make no mistake about it.
Was it a close fight
No, hell no, it wasn't no close fight.
uh,
Hell no. It was just a guy who you can tell he's been in the ring and he likes the brawl. So he likes the punishment factor. He's pretty much adapted to that. So
yeah,
he wanted to make it about brawling. And some, just like people go over to Mexico, some people slip up on the cherry pick. They go over to Mexico and run into a Mexican fighter who's used to getting beat the fuck up. And they find out you don't have no power and you're fighting their game, and they end up getting the victory because you chose to stay on the inside trying to knock them out, and they're used to that shit. They're a sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? They're a legitimate sparring partner, but they taken so many shots and learned so much in the gym that some people that go over to Mexico, they end up running into a tough individual. These are Argentinian fighters. Marcus Madonna, he was
yeah.
tough. You know what I'm saying? So, look at Chino and what he was able to do. This guy was tough too, but it was a blowout. It was a lopsided decision, but boxing, his jab, him being technically sound and disciplined and staying in the gym, I'm telling you, he's a very talented rising stars in the sport. But I'll say this once again. I've been covering him for a while, and when we go out, we like family. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be tolerated. It's no pass, no waiver given why, people want to try to bring other black fighters to start a beef with a fighter that's not even on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You got a fighter that's amateur trying to call out Michael Williams Jr. It don't make sense. Like, you're just trying to be disruptive, man. Come on now. You're trying to set up a sparring session. I mean, look, it's easy. When I put out content, just like the content I put on Brian Norman Jr. On Tank, when I hear the same individuals talking shit, I know he's giving me attention. He's infatuated with who I am. It's like he's still getting all this shit. He want to go ahead and say, "Oh, he ain't fought nobody." Okay, you go spar him then.
I saw that video that you made on that, and you was talking about, oh man, they didn't let us have any video, and you was like, all right, well, I understand they don't have no video, but damn, no pictures.
No
They have no
pictures,
pictures.
dog.
Yeah, see, I watch your videos, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, I appreciate that because real life. Just because I may not be in Baltimore all the time and shit like that, I've seen Tank fight on several occasions. Brian Norman's in my home backyard, and he's a tough ass dude. But this particular sparring right here, no one can say that Brian Norman was trying to clout chase Tank, because look, he sparred him 3 times. That's done with that. There ain't no clout chasing in that. That's motherfucking going to war as a teenager and then twice in 3 days. Not just going the war twice in 3 days, but the first time you cut the clock off after the 5th round, and then the second sparring session with a day in between, they went like 15 or 20 rounds, and it was a motherfucking war.
Is that the one where Tank broke his hand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hearing this cat talk, oh man, Brian, who is he? All you doing is hating, dog. You hating because Brian is that guy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody coming in to fuck him up in sparring. You know, you can't sit up here a fighter that you don't even support, and he's getting all these interviews and you're jealous. Focus, if Haney's your fighter, focus on Haney and not every fighter that I put out here on social media. Focus on Haney. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Don't focus on a fighter that'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that shit with Gervonta Davis, man, it was a legendary sparring session. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen a lot of sparring, but unfortunately, no videos and no stills. I can't sit up here and tell y'all or prove how legendary it was, but I mean, I'm talking about shit went down. Like it was one way in, one way out. It was motherfucking chaos up in that bitch. It was packed. And man, there was only 2 people in the fucking ring. No third person was in the ring. It was nobody in there to break it up. They had to break on their own. Sometimes they didn't even break. So that forced you to box on the inside. It forced you to fight. That was so legendary about it. It wasn't the third person in the ring both sparring sessions, man. So you had to break on your own. Or you had to fight your way out. And both fighters got off. But Brian Norman did a hell of a job, man. I'm telling you, that shit was legendary. People need to stop downplaying it because there's no video. I'll tell you like this. Recently, Tank Davis has been coming out with so-called leaked footage of wreck catch and all this shit. They're trying to portray it like it's Brian Norman. Please, if you see some sparring footage out there of Brian Norman and Tank, let me know. I'm talking about the recent one. Because that means somebody had a camera running and they played everybody. Because the entire team said no cameras for nobody. No phones. If you get a phone out, you're being kicked out. So yeah, man, that's what it was, bro. Senegal said, nice dope bill. He's talking about your PC bill. As long as you can't handle the free smoke. I'm not sure what that means. Wilder couldn't defeat the white man. The topic's not even about Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
On the bottom, somebody put chicken and watermelon.
Hey, that's some good food. You know what I'm saying?
But I think somebody just trying to be smart, man.
It's all good. Look, it's easy just to let them put it out there and then, you know, send them on their way, man. It's that freaking simple, man. It's not difficult. You know what I'm saying?
That's just funny, man. You know, that's one thing I have noticed, man, is that people, there are people in this world, right, that get a fucking kick, bro, of fucking with people. They like I don't know if it's like I don't like look I'm older now, you know what I mean? I know my voice sounds like I'm young, but I'm older now, you know what I mean? And
What's older? What's older?
I'm in my 30s.
Okay.
So when I was 18, 17, bro, like, you know, I had that I was crazy like any other teenager, bro, like, but I never had that like let me fuck with somebody for no reason. Like I was always like, you know, I'm chilling, bro. Like
I'm chilling, man.
Yeah, I really don't want to fuck with nobody unless you fuck with me. I've always been like that, and I look at other people that do that, and I'm like, why would you want to live your life like that? I just it's just I don't know. Shit, fucking it's funny, bro.
Because some people they don't have a life where they're happy with themselves and what they have going on in life. You know what I'm saying? Some people are barely getting by. You know, some people might be living off freaking Section 8. Some people might have other situations going on. I don't know. I don't. There's no way for me to provide a thorough consensus of all the problems that people have in life. But what I can say is that this YTBC shit is very toxic. It's full of motherfucking venom. You have individuals with absolutely nothing going on in their lives who come on here, and people give them all the credit in the world for being somebody special. But my problem is that Shadow is that they never donate to the channel. They don't do shit to support the channel. Like they just show up and they cause discontent and they jump in on narratives. If Deontay Wilder is the only name that you can respond to, and then you want to treat somebody like shit for one name,
But then
then
you
what does
turn
it say
around. But
about
then
you? Like
but
he's
then
one
no.
fighter.
But then you turn around and you say that Teofimo Lopez is better than Devin Haney. You know, and then the same people will probably won't say nothing because you notice how it's like the people. It's always and that's crazy too because like I like I'm in a weird situation like especially with like as far as like how I look at the Wilder situation. I like Wilder. However, I know like you've met him and you've seen him, so it's a totally different story. You know, I can only go off from what I see, but I know that the man has special power, bro. I mean, like that's crazy, bro. Like that's I've never seen a man that could be uh losing every round and you're like, man, this fight's over, and bam, he's dangerous until the last second. You know what I mean? And I just think that if he perfected his craft, bro, he would have been one of the best. I mean, I'm what I mean one of the best. I'm talking about like just in boxing wise skills, and but I just don't like the excuses. But that's just my take on it, and I don't need to really go into it. But I'm saying like that's
So, you
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah,
it.
but then I
Look,
look
you
at it.
should be able to go into a
No,
Shadow.
no, no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
bro.
no. I mean, I'll go
We'll
into it.
we'll, we'll talk about that on a
Yeah, yeah,
different live
yeah,
because
yeah. And then like, but then like we go with the Charlos, right? So here it goes, and I tell everybody, right? So with the Canelo, I, I I'm the first one to say I don't like the competition that Canelo picks. Okay, and I really think that he picks his opponents. Like, and I'm not saying everybody. Let's make this clear. Everyone picks their opponents because people can say no. People boxers have said no to other boxers before, so you are picking when you say yes. You know what I mean? And you
Mhm.
and your promoter comes to you and they have certain. Ronnie Shields was on Barbershop Conversations. I think it was last week, and they asked him, "Hey, how does it work with Jamal?" And he says, "Oh, well, Al Heyman will call me, and he'll be like, well, we got three. It's usually like three fighters, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, okay, and then boom, and I'll talk to Jamal. So it's always like a group, and then we'll go over which one we think is the smartest. So people do, you know, they strategically do their fights, and as far as Canelo, bro, I think that his competition could be better, but I respect the man. I respect him. But I also like the Charlos, bro. I really do. And so when I'm on these other panels, right, and and I and I hear people talking about Wilder like that, it's weird. It's like I don't like the excuses either, right? But also I I like him, you know what I mean? So it's like I just don't like bashing fighters, bro, in general. I just don't like doing that because I like people die in there. I respect the sport. You know what I mean? The only there's really the only time that it and this is sometimes that I actually blame myself. Sometimes I find myself in a situation where the people that are representing the certain fighters, they put you in such a mood, bro, because they sometimes they bring race into it, and then it fucks everything up, and like you said, bro, it you don't even want to be on the panel anymore sometimes because it's like I'm not talking boxing because that's not really the issue because it's like you said, there's a deeper issue in the panel, and then people start saying fuck you and suck my dick and this and that. You know what I mean? And so I've seen a lot of that shit just in the 8 months that I've been there. But that's why, like, I know for a fact, like, even as I start trying to do, I don't know how long I'm gonna try doing this channel thing for, but if I ever like as soon as somebody does some shit to me, bro, if fuck it, bro, I ain't taking no. Oh, hey man, I'm sorry, bro. What up? Nah, I ain't got no time to fuck with you, man. Fuck that. If you're gonna disrespect me and talk about my family or talk about some crazy shit like that, and you ain't met me, you don't know me, fuck that, bro. I ain't dealing with you.
Hey, I feel you, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, come on, man. Who am I to allow you back into my comfort zone and my safe space?
Yeah,
Dion Watson in the
exactly.
building.
Yeah,
Salute to you, my brother.
you know.
Andrew Charles was good. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're gonna sit there and I mean, this is stuff I see from other people. You know, people talk about their fathers or I'm gonna do this to your wife and crazy shit, and then the next day they're talking to each other. Nah, nah, man.
I
It's
know
just,
exactly who you talking about.
yeah, and I'm just like, nah, bro. The moment the motherfucker does that shit to me, just look. If I'm on the panel and he's on, I'm either getting off or or that's it, bro. Because you like there's some shit that you just don't say, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're trolling or not.
Black Star Sports TV. Salute to you. Dion Washington say, if we want Canelo to fight someone, don't watch the fight. Point blank. Period. When the ratings aren't there, the money won't be either. I agree. I mean, they was trying to hype his viewership up in Texas, his last fight, and it wasn't all that good. You know what I'm saying? Sir Ken say Black Star Sports TV. I just made it in a real bad snowstorm here right now. Damn. So which Charlo you like the best, man?
You know, respectively, I would say Jamel, but I like Jamal. I think he's got a real good jab. I think his fundamentals are more there. Jamal, I think he's more hot headed. He's always like, out of the two. First of all, if you look at the two, Jamal is more of like the laid back, giggly, looking like he smoked a blunt and shit. Jamel looked like he's in fucking anger management every day, every minute. This
You're right about
motherfucker
that.
is mad, bro. He makes up mad. He's on live mad. He's just fucking mad, bro. But yo, I like that about him though. He brings that shit out in the ring, bro. That's why, bro, I don't give a fuck who he fights, bro. I'm picking that motherfucker, bro. Cause and yo, you know what I want to see? Harrison, Harrison Charlo 3. I want to see Tony. I want to see him and Tony Harrison again.
You know, it's crazy, man. You mentioned that shit, right? And you mentioned that shit freely because it should be at the top of a fight that we want to see as a trilogy, but no one talks about it.
Yeah. Don't you
And
think they
the
brought the
look,
best out in each other, man?
the look that Charlo had on his face in the rematch, man, was a killer. I mean, that look, he was motherfucking piercing Tony Harrison. He was hunting his ass, and he ended up stopping him. But that was a damn good fight. It's a rubber match, man. Okay, but the Charlos is like, they have this mentality not to give people any sort of rematch. Like, they don't even want to give Andre any type of
That's what,
attention,
see, and I
dog.
have a problem with that. I have a huge problem with that because people talk shit about Canelo, and then you got Jamal Jamal talking about, oh, Benavidez, I ain't fighting nobody under 24, and you need to be vaccinated. Come on, bro. Just stop it with the bullshit, bro. And then you don't want to fight Andre. I think that was Jamel, but it don't. I mean, this is crazy, bro. Like, I don't understand because they don't seem like the type that would do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like of all boxers, you would think they'd be the last ones to do that shit.
Why?
I don't know, man. But you
Why?
know,
Why do you think?
I was just about to say, there's a
Hold on for a second.
mentality. Oh, go ahead.
Hold on for a second. Why do you think that'll be the last person to say that? Because it's a lot of that shit going on at the PBC. Like, come on, man.
I was
Like,
just about to
damn.
say, I was just about to say, boxing. I've noticed in the past 10 years. Nah. I mean, maybe I'll say like, nah. Yeah, I say like since Money May, since Pretty Boy turned into money, boxers have gotten like this fucking like this way of like back in like the Tito Trinidad and the Bernard Hopkins and the Roy Jones and the Mike Tyson and the Thomas Hitman Hearns. Oh, those men, like motherfuckers just fought each other. Now motherfuckers is like they even get to a point where it's like they in type of a relationship type shit. Like they want to get back. Like, oh nah, you ain't give me a chance when I was there, so nah, I'm up here. You ain't talk about me, so now
Exactly,
I'm
man.
not giving you a chance now. What the fuck? The fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, you're supposed to be fighting, man. What you mean? I sound like something I say to my girl or something. Like, nah, you wasn't paying attention to me then, so I'm not gonna pay attention to you now.
I
I'm
find it
like,
strange.
yeah, I'm like, what the
Shadow,
fuck?
I find it strange that he will mention vaccination. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? What's going on here, man? Like, what was this vaccination shit? Like, you didn't
Hey,
say that shit about
look, and
Sergey
Dana Benavides
Benevides.
was so serious. Look, and you know he about to smoke. He's so serious. He looked into that shit. He looked into it. It was like, bro, I'm really trying to get vaccinated. This motherfucker is really trying to get vaccinated, and Charlo ain't gonna do it. Charlo had to literally come out and be like, nah, I'm fighting at 160. Because this motherfucker was right about to get vaccinated, bro. Because he was calling his every bluff, bro. He was calling his every bluff. First, he didn't think he was gonna say anything. His father called barbershop conversations, and his father got on the phone and was like, you better tell him, bro, that we ain't ducking. We ain't ducking. You know, well, there ain't gonna be no narrative on this. He's like, we ain't ducking. So then he called his bluff on that, and then he said, I want to be vaccinated. Then he came out with he was on I think it's Ellie. He was on there saying, yeah, so me and my father, yeah, we're gonna look into getting vaccinated, but I don't think it's even possible. And then he had somebody there with him, and he said, because you had to get vaccinated, right? It was I forgot the conversation, but he was really looking into getting vaccinated. And then the next thing you know, Charlo was like, nah, you know, I'm fighting at 160.
Yeah, I don't appreciate the duck energy that I'm getting from Jamal Charlo because he can fight. But then again, look, these cats, in my opinion, ain't trying to be great, bro. Like, if you're trying to be great and you in your 30s, it's time to take some risks. Don't complain about Canelo testing positive for glenbuterol if he's freaking he's going up in weight, 68, 75.
He's fighting 4 times this year.
And yeah, he's fighting multiple times. He's getting his name out there. And then the only thing you want to say is his viewership and who he's fighting. I understand. I got some issues with Rocky Fielding. You know, I had some issues with Callum Smith on the way he looked. Issues with freaking Sergey Kovalev. That's always going to be a boxing. Boxing isn't aligned with killers. You know what I'm saying?
But even with that, World Combat, even though I agree with you on that, here goes the thing. That's the thing. I agree with Canelo on that. Like, I don't agree with all that. But when you look at what the fuck he's doing, nobody's doing something like that. Nobody's moving like him. Nobody's moving like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that.
I agree. No one, how you put it? I know some other fighters that's wanting to move like that. Okay. I look at I commend what Deontay Wilder was able to do during his reign, giving Tyson Fury twice.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with the weight classes, world
I know.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
okay.
like, including the competition and stuff like that. But Teofimo Lopez, for instance, the 3 people he fought, and they'll say no one knew Nakatani, but he went up there and fought Comey and the pound for pound best in Lomachenko. So if indeed he decides to move up to 140 and fight the winner of the undisputed, if he gets that chance, that's gonna be some respectable. I'm talking about top tier pound for pound shit.
Yeah.
Let me read these comments right quick. Mitch say Andre backed out of a fight with one of the Charlos 2 weeks before the fight. So I understand that they're hesitant to make another fight with him. I like to see Maul versus Andre unification fight though. I agree, man. You know, he backed out because of the Rock Nation situation, and it fucked him up. He made a bad decision. He felt that pulling out or requesting more money was something he needed to do. And so right now the Charlos is like, no, you know, we black carded. I think he was trying to say blacklist, but we black card Andre. Black card, in my opinion, you got infinity to spend. Goddamn it,
infinity. Yeah, you got that Jay-Z money.
You got that big time deep pockets. But I guess he was saying blacklisted. Anyway, Andre fucked that up. So they ain't trying to fight Andre. Even Jamal Charlo, he ain't trying to fight it. You know, because you're right, Mitch, that happened. And then Dion says Keith Thurman deserved the shit he's getting. Hey, shout out to on the mic with Terrence Bailey Seniors. Salute to you, vet.
Hey, Terrence. Hey, that's my he calls me battle buddy, bro. That's my dude. He out of Baltimore.
Yeah. I got mad respect for Terrence, man.
Look. Here goes a perfect example. Me and him, right? We have respect for each other because he's a veteran. I'm a veteran, and we just have respect for each other on that level alone. And we don't agree. Our stances are different. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
He's a huge when it comes to Teofimo and Devin Haney. I got Teofimo. He's got Devin Haney. We always disagree on that. There's other things that we disagree on, but we do it respectfully. There's no I'll suck your dick, suck my dick, I'll kill you. There's none of that. It's just respectful. You know what I mean? I would never say that to that man. You know, it's just crazy. It's just you can have respect, bro, and just have a different opinion, bro. You know what I mean?
And I look at the respect level shit outside of being in the military. It should be just becoming respect if that person warrants it. You know what I'm saying? If you warrant that respect and you move like that, then just say we wasn't in the service and we serve. I'm gonna look at you as, does he represent himself accordingly? You know what I'm saying? Somebody I respect. So yeah. I got to get back to Deion Washington said Keith Thurman deserves the shit he is getting. I agree with Keith Thurman. Once upon a time was a unified champion, right? But he never wanted to give Errol Spence that shot. I totally understand why people will feel some type of way about Keith Thurman. He took his fucking time coming back to the sport from injury. Never even thought about he probably was injured. He might have been injured. But who am I to sit up here and give an excuse for why he never really looked at Errol Spence and gave him the shot? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Errol Spence would have won. I'm just saying right now, Keith Thurman saying he's 100% and he's ready for all the smoke. So somebody fight him besides Pacquiao. He said, since the Pacquiao fight, I'm good now. I'm good. But, a lot of me saying Keith Thurman walked into that Pac-Man fight when he was eating ice cream before stepping into the ring. I say, no, this motherfucker's about to cash a check. He ain't going in there to motherfucking win. And, for old ass Pacquiao to treat him and perform the way he did against Keith Thurman shouldn't have happened. Real talk.
Yeah. So, and remember Adrian Broner said that he was at the casino with him?
Yeah, Adrian Broner said he had to tell him to leave. And why is Adrian Broner of all people?
Of all people, bro.
Keith Thurman to leave and go back.
You chilling with AB the night before. Oh, come on, bro. You slacking, bro.
For real, man. Shout out to AB too.
Man. I'm watching this fight coming up, bro. I like AB, man. Let me tell you something. 135 AB, nobody was fucking with 135 AB, bro.
Yeah, man. AB was a problem. He still is a problem,
Yeah,
man.
at
Like,
135, I was watching, man. The other day, I went down an AB loophole, man. And man, 135, bro. Let me tell you, bro. He was, bro. Nobody was fucking with him, bro. He had power. He was fast. His defense was good.
Black
And
Star, that's you.
and and bro, and you ain't never heard nobody say when AB was at 135. He ain't let his hands go. That motherfucker let his hands go at 135.
Yeah, he did. Black Star, that's you.
Hey, bro. Hey, how you doing,
What's
Scotty,
good?
man?
What's good, Black Star? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm okay, man. We got snow out here in Houston, man, so it's like a sign of the apocalypse, you know.
I mean, how many feet y'all get? How many inches or whatever?
Well, I'm from the East Coast. It really there wasn't that much, but it affected us here like it was a snowstorm. I mean, everything is shut down, and I went out here just, a little while ago. Well, I'm not actually just getting back in, and man, we got a little bit of ice spots out there and stuff like that, man. And there's basically nobody on the road, which is really strange for Houston. And it's just a weird vibe, man. I've never seen it like that. I've been here for, man, almost a decade now, and I ain't never saw it like this, man. This stuff wouldn't have been nothing back home, but up here, it's like it shut the whole town down.
That's what's up, man.
It's
What you
crazy.
have to speak on the topic, or you have some else comment on off of what me and Shadow been talking about, or the chat.
Oh no, bro! I just seen you on here, man. If it was an opportunity to come on here and chop it up with you, bro. It's been a minute. I ain't had a chance to come over here and show you your page some love, man. So I figure, hey, this is a good time as any. So here I am.
Hey, I appreciate you pulling up, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Hey, Mitch, say boxing is weird. YouTube is much worse. What's your take on that, man? I know you have live panels. Sometime there, Black Star. Me and Shadow's been on here, cooking about certain things that's been going on in the YTBC. My narrative is the YTB is a bunch of bullshit with a fake ass free smoke appointment. It allows people to just further, infect the positivity in the YTC community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what's your take on this? How have your experience been with doing live?
Man, yeah, that's a hot topic, bro. And I have to say, I have to agree with you, man. I've been really disappointed with it, man, because I just love sports, man, and boxing is one of them. And I just want to come on and just, I mean, we'll talk a little stuff, and we might talk a little something about a fight or whatever. But at the end of the day, I respect them all. It's all just talk, like the guys do, like you said, at the barbershop when we talking boxing. That's pretty much all. That's the vibe that I've been going for. But a lot of other places is not that way, and they everything is confrontational and I believe I heard what's the other brother here on here? I'm sorry, salute to you, good brother. I'm sorry, I didn't know you.
My name is Shadow Ghost, man. It's nice to
Yeah,
meet you, bro.
hey, same to you, good brother. I was saying about how it gets real personal and people want to throw insults and stuff like that, man. And it's just boxing, man. I mean, I don't claim to know everything, and I might present it like, hey, man, I know because according to me, this is what I know. Now I'll present it, and then you present your side. But if you got a point, man, I'm gonna say, okay, well, damn, well, I can see what you can say, what you're saying, or or succeed some point to you some way, because everybody has their own thought process. But the truth is the truth, and sometimes, you know, uh, on the basis of what you feel about whatever fight is at question, sometimes can pull your loyalty and your reasoning a little bit to one side over the other. And you can get trapped like that, man. And I'm guilty of it. And I guess, a lot of boxing fans are, which is why you have a lot of the conflict, man. But these guys want to, like you have two guys fighting over two guys that we both want to see fight. And you guys are going to fight before they fight.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, listen, bro. You said that shit, bro. Listen, that shit. I was just about to say, yo, I'm glad you said that because I say that a lot too. Everybody, including myself, I think, has a little bit of bias, bro. I mean, no, not I think I know I do.
Yeah.
When I say a little bit of bias, I'll give you an example. Okay. I'm Puerto Rican. I was born in the Bronx, but I was forced to watch boxing. So and it was Tito Trinidad that my father was making me watch boxing. So I of course he was like that's who I liked. You know what I'm saying growing up. But when I started to watch boxing and watch it all, before him, I like Thomas Hitman Hearns, like
Yeah.
the style. So every couple like years, there's fighters that I like every like 10, I'd say like 10 years or whatever. So like in this generation, I like Chris Colbert and Jerron Ennis Boots. And so and when I say like them, I mean that doesn't mean I don't like other fighters. Like I like T.O. I like, you know what I mean? It just means that I see something in them. That's all. You know what I mean? I see something in them. But so when I mean I might be a little bit of bias. So because I might see that, and I always talk about Chris Colbert because and so if it's him fighting somebody, of course I'm gonna lean because I see that and I think that way about him. I'm probably most likely gonna be leaning that way about him, but I'm not gonna be so much that I'm gonna be like, hey, suck my dick, I'm gonna kill your moms. Nah, you know what I mean? It's like you said, bro, we're grown men, bro. You know what I mean? You talk it out. Listen, you go to the resume, you talk about who's got the better jab, who's got defense, or what they did in this fight, or what you think he could expose. You know, just grown man shit. Fucking grown man shit, man. You know what I mean? And then it's like you said, but it doesn't, unfortunately. And it's like World Combat said, is you got some people that are like that, and then I think the other half is just trolls. Unfortunately, it's just trolls.
In no way, shape, or form, you know, on a weekly basis, right? On a weekly basis, we shouldn't see people who absolutely is harmful or abrasive to this shit continue to be embraced, man, just because they come over here and do the same shit over and over again. And this just not one person, man. There's several people who, like you said, they'll come over here and they'll talk shit and they cause disruption, and then a couple of days later, they have that kumbaya with a motherfucker. I'm like, am I dealing with some females? Like, are y'all taking estrogen pills? And I mean, what is going on? They messing with your emotions? What the fuck, dog?
Yeah, and that's the shit I don't understand. Like, and look, I could understand like World Combat. Like, let's say if me and you got into it, and when I mean get into it, I don't mean we threaten each other. I mean, let's say if we had that Deontay Wilder conversation, because I know me and you think differently on that topic, okay? And let's say if we got into it, we just really didn't see eye to eye. The next day, I'm gonna talk to you, but not if one of us was like, or saying all this derogatory comments and shit like that and threatening each other, and then the next day I just hop up on your panel and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, and then I'm gonna do the shit again. You know what I mean? That's nah, bro. That's just, I think it's like you should know once you say something, there's no crossing. You know what I mean? Like you should know, like, okay, I'm about to say some shit that once I say it, this shit, there's no coming back from it. So me and this guy ain't gonna. There's none of us after this shit. Because once I say it, you should know that at that time. But nah, I don't know if it's just the younger generation. I don't know, man.
I want to ask you this, and that's a solid point, man. Black Star, I want to ask you on the Charlo brothers, bro. Like, you consider him saying he's not 168 pounder, being that it's nothing going on at 60, so therefore 2 division champion? Shouldn't he just take the risk if we see Canelo just skipping around up to damn 68 and 75, doing what the fuck he want to do, even though he's about to fight Abner Yildirim? He's still fighting a mandatory. Do you agree with what Charlo said about he's not a 68 pounder? Wouldn't it be nice time if he wants to get the attention of Canelo Alvarez to say, you know what, fuck it, man, Ronnie, let's do this. Let's go out there and fight David Benavidez.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you though, Scott, I've been back and forth with this one because it's been little mixed signals to me because it seemed like he's moving out of character, and it is something I've noticed. But I will say this though, I do believe that fight is going to happen. You know, it's going to happen at some point in the near future. I don't know what the posturing is going on at 160 right now because I know them guys ain't going to fight him, and that's a shame because there's a lot of great fights that could be happening at 160 and it could really be popping. But it is interesting what you're saying about him actually, fighting David Benavidez to get Canelo's attention, man. But I swear, if there's any fighter out there that is trying to get the Canelo fight, man, I don't think any of them can say that they've done more to try to earn that position than Jamal has, because I mean, he had to fight 3 mandatory challenges. I mean, eliminators just to maintain himself as the mandatory at 160, and yet he still takes off and fights other people. Now he turns around now, and fights this guy Alvin Yildirim, and they saying that this is the mandatory, a guy who lost his last fight, a guy's his former sparring partner. It's an easy touch, and I don't like it, but hey, he can do it. That's his thing, but I don't like it as far as boxing goes. You know what I'm saying? And for that reason, I feel a little upset because I expect more out of a guy like that, because I myself, man, was a huge Canelo fan to the point where right here in Houston, man, I used to get into it with guys, man, all the time back. And it was like, man, Triple G is going to do this to him and do that to him. And I was the guy that was in the room that was holding the ground for Canelo, man. And then I felt like after he got that huge contract, it kind of took away from that passion that he was before to me, because now you got an asset to protect. I don't want to take these risks, because if I do, I risk losing this big money. And he had a lot of money to lose now. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not saying that I might not have done the same thing, because that was a heavy bag dropped in his lap, $360-something million. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Who would not, want to accept that? But at the same time, it also deters from your focus as a fighter. Because myself personally, I've always been a huge fan of fighters who seem to go for it all and try to be great, regardless of what their skill set is, or even what background or anything. I just love seeing people try to pursue greatness. Even if they fail, I'm rooting for them to succeed in any way. But I think at that point, when that came in, it kind of watered down his passion. And now you see him making moves like this, wherein before that, if it wasn't for something like that, I believe he would have already fought Jamal and such, we would have had that fight. But I definitely want to see that fight, man, for sure. But
he definitely should have fought Jamal. I don't like I already said I don't like the moves that Canelo makes, but I respect it though. I respect it because it's still impressive. But I do agree. I do agree that he had opportunities where, for the sport of boxing and for us, he could have gave us exciting things. And to be honest, I when I look at Charlo and Canelo, I think Charlo and Benavidez would be a more exciting fight. I just think I mean, that's a crazy fight right there. Those are two aggressive motherfuckers, bro.
Awesome.
Those are that's great, bro.
Yeah, and I do believe we're going to see it though. That's the good news about it. It may be a year down the line or so, because really, truthfully, if I'm advising Jamal, I'm telling him to go ahead and jump in 168 right now, because we already know Triple G ain't gonna fight you. Andrade, I understand the situation that y'all had with him before, but I wouldn't trust the guy either. If we had went through negotiations, agreed, signed, everybody's training, and then you pull out on me, I can't trust you no more, because I don't want to go through that again. Nobody got time to waste like that. So I can understand that a little bit. So I had to put that really on Andrade, because that was a great fight that should have happened years ago. That would have helped one of those guys propel themselves up closer to Canelo, and possibly maybe even got that Canelo fight sooner if that fight had took place. So it was a shame on both ends. But I still, like I say, I like to see Jamal go to 168, man. And if I'm him, I try to go get Caleb Plant right now. I try to snake Caleb Plant.
Caleb. Hey, can I ask y'all an honest question, man?
Yeah.
And listen, I like Caleb Plant. When he won that belt, I was like, bro, this dude got skills, bro. But then he fought Mike Lee and Feigenbutts, okay?
Yeah.
Feigenbutts and fucking Truax, okay? And didn't, okay? Let me ask you a question. Did he look impressive to you when he fought Truax this couple weeks ago?
Well, I mean, he won the fight, but I think the biggest thing he's lacking is the same thing with Devin Haney is that power, because and then he got brutal hands on top of that. So he can look pretty in spots and everything like that, but we still don't know about the competition that he's been up against either. So, we see potential, but we can't really crown him yet.
Yeah, he's got the skills, right? Doesn't he? Yeah, it seems like 7th or 8th round. And I've noticed it too. Even when in the Uzkazi fight, he started getting tired. He gets tired. Like he gets like a second win, but but it's like, it's weird, man. Like he gets tired, and I'm like, you can't do that with a Jamal Charlo. You can't do that with a David Benavidez. You can't do that with a Canelo, because they're gonna take advantage of that, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
See,
So
I think. Go ahead, my brother.
no. You good.
I was gonna kind of take it a little different way for a second, because I really upset with the WBC, because I felt like the WBC could have really set up something great for boxing. If the fact that they gave him Benavidez his title kind of sours me too, because if they was looking at the big picture, okay, he's fighting Callum Smith, that's fine, he gets that belt. Everybody expected him to win, he won. But wouldn't it have been awesome if it was him and David Benavidez now? And then you had Jamal come up and fight Caleb. Man,
that shit would have been classic, bro.
Oh man,
that should have been classic, bro.
And that's where I get upset with fighters, man. Then if I start trashing the fight, it's because he did more likely something like that. He done messed up my boxing thing, because I'm a fight junkie. I want all the fights. I don't care. I want to see my fighter fight everybody. I don't sit there and say, no, I don't think you should fight him because this, that, and the third. I don't care. If you willing to hop in the ring and my fighter standing right here, I don't expect him to say nothing but bet, hop in that ring. That's what I like. When guys start talking about, oh, well, what have you done and what you going to do and you need to this and set, man, I don't want to hear that, because at the end of the day, there's no guarantee in a triangle theory, if this guy beat that guy and this guy beat that this guy's going to beat you. You know what I'm saying? The only way you know is when they get in the ring, because styles makes fights. And once people get that stuff out of their mind, because it got too much of this, back in the day, it was more macho, to the point where it was like that. Guys didn't really pay attention. I beat you, and it was straight up like that. Now it's more business, like, well, I got to protect this now. So in the interest of protecting this, I'm going to set these criteria for these other fighters. So this will be my buffer to delay them while I do these other things to stack more money. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really have to be a fear, but it's a business decision. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of messed up sport for me, man. And that's where I get heated, man. And sometimes I'll blast a fighter and I might go overboard sometime, but that just is me and my zeal for the sport, man. Because
hey, bro, listen, bro, trust me, bro. As a fan of the sport, bro, I understand, bro. Look. When you said that, bro, Charlo, imagine if Benavidez would have kept the belt and then and Charlo moved up and fought Plant. That would have, you know what that reminded me of, bro? Remember the middleweight championship series back when it was William Joppy, Keith Holmes, Bernard Hopkins, and Felix Trinidad.
Man.
Felix Trinidad fought Joppy, Keith Holmes fought Bernard, and then Trinidad knocked out Joppy, and then Trinidad, my man got his ass whooped by Hopkins. I was crying. But man, that shit was beautiful, man. That was a fucking beautiful for the sport of boxing, bro.
Man, right, exactly.
I love my man Tito, bro. I don't care, bro. So
I like Tito myself, bro. I was a big Tito fan myself.
Yeah, but that times, man, that shit, like we need times like that, bro. Like that shit was a tournament, man. Like the tournaments they have now, they probably had like 4 or 5 tournaments by now, and I still don't even know, because half of them are from London or whatever, those tournaments that they have, like the one that whatchamacallit was in Callum Smith. He won that. Come on, man. You can't compare that middleweight tournament to the Trinidad tournament in the Hopkins tournament. Come on now.
No way at all.
No way in hell, bro. Yeah, look. I ain't even gonna bring up Hopkins, because Hopkins, we already know Hopkins has a better resume, right? But I bring this up all the time just to prove a point about this series. So Hopkins already has a better resume. So I'm gonna just go with Trinidad, okay? So Trinidad, okay, he beat Maurice Blocker, Hector Camacho, Obakar, Freddie Pendleton, Troy Waters, Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, David Reed, Fernando Vargas, William Joppy. I mean, damn, bro. This motherfucker, come on, bro. And Hopkins is better. I mean, come on, bro. You can't fuck with that time, bro.
Yeah, that was a list you just shot out there, man. Them all is good fighters there, man. And
and Ricardo Mayorga and knocked his ass out too.
Man. Damn, that was a pretty good damn list right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tito's probably the only one that I know his resume because, like I said, this is my favorite fighter. But I mean, but you see what I'm saying? Like, that's why these young boys though, like T.O., Devin, Tank, Ryan, they're starting to make me remember those times.
Yeah, but they making me upset because they won't fight each other, man.
Yeah, that I don't like. But their skills, the skills that they have is.
Oh yeah, it's definitely there, man, and the interest is there. We can't wait. We standing on the side, starving, man. Like, come on, get it, you know. And they just be like teasing us. Yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. We're like, okay. Nah, but you got to do this first. Oh man, I can't stand it. Nothing drive me more batty than that.
But
man.
do you think? And I don't know. And I was gonna ask you this, World Combat 2. I was gonna ask you this too. Do y'all think? Because it's different now, okay? Because Tito was trained by his father, okay, but he didn't really. He had an impact, okay, but do you see how the fathers are training the fighters now? So with T.O., Devin, I know Bill Haney just resigned, but still, you have a lot of these kids now that are trained with their fathers, or now with the way the promotions are going. I think that's a lot of the reason. Like, it's like the way they're being steered is the why we're not getting these fights. I think that has a lot to do with it. A lot of shit that we don't see. You know, I really don't think when people say they're these guys are ducking and shit from sparring and shit like that. I honestly I really don't believe that, because for these kids to be as good as they are, to be that good, that's something that you enjoy. That's something you want to do. You want to impress the crowd. You want to show that you know that you want to let your ball sack drag. You know what I mean? Like, that's come on. You don't get that far by being intimidated easily. So I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just some other shit. Bob Arum, come on, bro. He look at the shit he's done to Crawford. I mean, all that shit gets in the way too.
I think that's probably more of the factor, because these guys that, you know, these promotional companies, you know, like they get invested with, well, you got the titles, well, you're my titleist, so I gotta handle you a certain way to protect the fact that I got this titleist. So I don't want to risk you against that other guy, even though this fighter's confident, his team and everybody knows, well, this guy will beat this guy over here. The promoter is less confident because he seemed like he's taking more of a risk, because look at Texera. Texera was the man. He went in there versus Castano. And look what happened to him. That's that's like a promoter's nightmare. Oh man, now I lost the champ now. Who I got? Who next can I bring up? You know what I'm saying? So they kind of have this war thing going on between them, and that gets in between the fights, man. But I think the solution would be is of the sanctioning bodies who have these rankings, and they mean nothing today, really, honestly, because anybody can be ranked anywhere when they need you to be ranked.
Yeah.
But if those things were in place, and those was set in stone, and number one fought, or the champ fought number one, and two fought three, or however you want to match it up. But if all that was as it is, when the rankings come out, you know who your next fight is by what that rank is. And then hey, okay, well, all the thing we have to do now is pull out the schedule for the year. Okay, these guys, this on this date, this fight, this date, that fight, then a new set of rankings will come out in June. All right. Now after that, we rematch them up. And then, you know, just like that. And then that way, whatever position you in, it ain't none of this stuff about, well, let's see this. No, we're going to see it. And we're going to see everybody. And that right there, and people are always talking about the UFC and how they're doing better than boxing and this and that. But in reality, you got to look at it like this. It's good in some ways because you see a lot of the matchups. But those fighters, man, are not getting what they deserve out of the sport either. That's the other thing that's wrong with it on that end. But when you look at boxing, the boxers are paid a little better. But at the same time, you know, we're not perfect and they're not perfect, but both can get better. When people start looking at things and thinking things are, this is the way it has to be, that's when things start to go south, because you gotta keep it to a certain level, man. Because I hate to see stuff like what the WBC did to Devin Haney's belt. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I don't have nothing against whoever did what, because T.O. got these belts and he's walking around with them. Who's going to turn them down if they're going to give them to you? Or however you come about them. You got those. This is aside from all that. But the fact that you have a guy with a belt that you're saying at one point, okay, well, you're getting that championship belt now. Regardless, however, he did whatever he had to do to get in that position. And you guys said, well, rather than him fight somebody, we just hand it to him. Okay, that's on you. Who's going to turn it down if you're going to give it to him? But to, I mean, it's because it's like they devalued that belt that he has, and this guy standing there, and he do look foolish, and Tio was absolutely right when he told man you got played because he did get played. You know, you got the belt that's supposed to be that has the lineage of all the fighters having it. But now at this point now, it's like they tell you got nothing. I mean, that's terrible for boxing, man. Because
I was Bill Haney was on I was talking with Bill Haney. He was on the panel I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. So I don't know, but yeah, you most probably know. Anytime you've usually, or what I've noticed in the YTBC, motherfuckers start talking about Bill Haney, he pops right up. He pops right up. I don't know if you noticed that, right? Motherfucker pops right up. Yeah, he popped, right? So we were talking about Bill Haney, right? And he popped right up. And I was like, oh shit, right? So this is the first time I ever talked to him, right? And he's a real nice dude, man. So I was talking to him and I said,
up now there, Shadow. Don't be kissing up now, Shawty.
No. He ain't disrespect me, is what I'm saying. He ain't disrespect me. And I told him, I said, hey, why does Devin, why do you have to fight Tio? Like, and he was getting mad, and he had every right to get mad. He wasn't getting mad at me. I mean, he was getting mad before I asked him this question, okay? Because he was getting mad because people were asking him, well, why don't you go? You said you was gonna get the 4 million. Why don't you go to Eddie and get the 4 million? And they were going back and forth. And then Bill had this article from the Athletic breaking down the purse bid with Tio. And anyway, you know, going back and forth. So he's getting mad and everything. So I said, hey, Bill. I said, hey, man. Why do you have to fight Tio? I mean, Ryan is going. I mean, look, Ryan is forging his own way. Tank is forging his own way. Tio is obviously he forged his own way. I mean, your son got more than enough skills to do what he needs to do. I mean, he doesn't really need Tio. He could just go on and fight Javier Fortuna or Linares or whoever the fuck he needs, and beat good guys, beat good solid opponents, and just build it up like that, just like these other guys did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And and he got mad because he said, well, who did Nakatani beat before he beat him, and who did Richard Comey beat? And then we were like, well, come on, because we could say the same thing with Floyd. Who did Floyd's first opponent beat before Floyd beat him? Who did Floyd's second opponent beat before? You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they start driving that car out to no man's land. See?
Yeah. And so I'm like, and you know, and at the end he was like, you know what? I'm done asking for the Tio fight. I'm done. But he did. I asked him. I said, so if y'all don't get the Tio fight, who y'all getting? And he said, I
gotta get to the comments, man. I gotta take a break in the action right quick.
Oh, okay.
King Mitch said power and stamina are legit questions of Caleb Plant. He got skills though. Maybe Kategi was his best performance, like J Rock versus Hurd. Yeah, it was his best performance. He knocked him down like 2 to 3 times. You know, but it was overshadowed with Kategi hitting him. Yeah, I mean, you know. I mean, he tried. Anyway, L Dub said World Combat Sports, you covering the card in Biloxi March 4th. It's highly possible. I know you asked me that last time. It's hardly possible.
I hope so, bro, because I'm trying to make it there with you, bro.
Excuse me?
I hope so, bro, because I'm going to try to make it there with you.
Oh, okay. I definitely potential will be at that fight. I'm not sure all the way, but definitely I'm trying to cover that fight. Terrence Bailey says L-Dub boxing. I should take a quick look at the content. It's good. I just cleaned the music in the intro. Okay. It's always better for a fighter to have the pops around, unless you Roy Jones Jr. Roy Waste wasn't trying to hear that shit. Yeah, Roy, I don't speak of it, but hey, y'all can listen to all the videos is out there. He ain't hearing that. Yeah. WBC was being nice by giving Devin Haney the belt. They knew Top Rank wouldn't give Haney the Loma fight, and the WBC weren't going to press it and mandate the fight. Sucks for the #1 contender. I agree. Him and Abdullah fought for an interim title, not the eliminator. So with that said, you wasn't guaranteed Loma. Moving on. D Hodges in the building. Salute to you, man. That's just weird. What you was about to say, Shadow?
Huh? What happened?
When I cut you off.
Oh, I forgot. What was I talking about?
Man, it was wow, man, because
Oh yeah. No, I asked him who were they gonna fight, and he just said Linares or somebody. That's all he said, and that's it.
Yeah, man, that's what's frustrating me with them on their side. Like you said, you made a great point about them carving out their own way like those guys did, and that is true, because to me, I was saying before Tio even got the Loma fight, or when it was going around that he was going to get the Loma fight. Well, if he's going to get the Loma fight, then you need to fight a guy like Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah.
You know, but they was never serious about that. So I still kind of look at them funny about that, because them negotiations was fugazi as hell. That wasn't realistic. And then the fact that right now, why aren't you jumping on Loma right now? Top Rank might give you a shot now, because Loma's done been, he'd have been conquered now. So he's like in a no man's land himself. You was chasing that guy all this time. You why give up now? If Tio,
you know who's facing Loma right now?
Nakatani.
Nakatani is, man.
Yeah. And you know what? World Combat isn't wrong when he said Haney is 3. He that's a logical and based off a good non-bias, logical looking at skills, taking into consideration. Look, if you was to take into consideration a resume, that's actually a gift. That's a gift, because he hasn't fought anybody in the top 10. Yeah. But the reason why we put him in that high regard is because we see his skills. Mm-hmm. So World Combat Sports, he's not a hater. He sees the skills, but he's not going to sit there and over dramatic, go absurd with the shit. And I see what he's saying. I say the same shit. I got T.O. I got Tank second. I got Tank. I think Tank will fuck Loma up. And I think people underestimate Tank at 135. I just think Tank's a bad motherfucker. That's just it. And then I got Loma and Haney. I like to see Loma and Haney, but I definitely got Haney beating Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Those guys got to fight each other, and Devin is in a place where he got to start showing and proving, man, to the point like he got to go. He need to really be like. I know Nakatani got the fight with Loma now, but before that was even having a chance, like immediately after that T.O. fight, when T.O. was letting everybody know there wasn't going to be a rematch, he should have been in that. He should have been on him right there. No, I don't forget about me. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point he could say, well, okay, let me get him in here next. And if I wash him better and I look better than T.O. did, maybe I can draw some interest to get that fight. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go out there. You got to, that guy right there. You got Gary Russell. And briefly, not long ago, they was talking about that again for a spell. But I don't know if I trust it, because I remember last time. And this time looks like that time, because they've been ordered to fight what I've heard Linares now. And then if that's the case, then that's going to be another fugazi.
Of course, it's going to be negotiation. Of course. You're absolutely right. Like, look, I look at it like this, like, Shadow even looked at Devin Haney being ranked 3rd at lightweight. It's nothing disrespectful about that. But yet they had him ranked 4th anyway. So for me to even get heat as if I supposed to say Haney is first and make myself look totally, as if I'm a casual to the sport of boxing, it doesn't make any sense, because in my opinion, resume wise and everything, he is that guy. But let me get to some of these live chats. L-Dub Boxing took a quick book. The content is good. I'll just clean up the music in the intro, but there's a guy on Instagram. I read that. The Heavyweight Undisputed Series 1980 with dope. On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. Thanks. Hopkins destroyed Tito head up though. Tito was too small. Winky Wright was favorite though. Got cheated versus Jermaine Taylor. Fucking shame. Yeah, man, there's a lot that went on back then. And to see, Jermaine Taylor, former Undisputed Salute champ, he's out there on drugs, bad. I see I'm gonna put a stick on one of their shoulders and dare the other to knock it off. It's always better for a fighter to have his pops around unless you Roy Jones. I read that earlier. I don't know why these comments are not what they're supposed to be. But D Hard say Black Star salute. Mitt say maybe Haney can get Comey in the ring. His 2-fight agreement with Top Rank has been completed after KOing Martinez. Though the proper money at Ludabella, they can get Comey in the ring. I want to commend Comey, man. Shout out to Richard Comey, man, for getting that dominating victory, doing something that Rolando Romero wasn't able to do with Jackson Martinez. He made it short, quick and simple for an early night in the 6th round and got Martinez up out of there.
Yes, man, he did. Yes, he did.
Man, that was a hell of a nice comeback, I tell you, man. And that was good. Yeah. And that was great for boxing too, man, because you don't want to see guys get beat and fade away. You know, you was good before. Continue that. You know, because there's more fights, more matchups, and like your brother said, him and Haney. Why not? Hell, I want to see it.
So, yeah, I want to see Richard Comey than Javier Fortuna facing Richard Haney.
Yeah,
but you know, one thing I will say in Haney's defense. Now, if it wasn't a thing where they're saying, you know, he's the champ and he's got the belt, right? If he didn't have a strap and he was still moving along, you can almost give him a little leeway and say, well, we're moving a little slower. It would make a little more sense. But when you put that strap around your waist, all that's gone, man. It's time to get at it now. It's time to go through these cats. It's time to show the world where you rank, who's better than who, and who you can beat and who you can't. You know, it's time to go. You got to take that that prospect gloves off. It's on now. You know, everything is on. You the champ now. So if they devalue your belt and you saying you value it, I still expect you to move like a champ. And that's saying you want the best guys. I'm not fighting these cats. I'm not gonna name these guys, but if the fight come in my lap, I'm gonna take whatever. But my main thing is I want the best guys. So I'm on the heels of a Tank Davis and T.O. or Comey, whoever. If they standing there, I look around and say, well, this guy got to fight. This guy got to fight. He ain't got to fight. Well, he gonna hear from me. It's the energy gonna be out there. The world gonna know I want this one. So hey, man, what's up with this fight here? You know what I'm saying? Then I see a little bit better than that because I would have saw the Gamboa fight better if he didn't have a strap around his waist and was saying to everybody, I'm a champ, because that wouldn't have been a bad fight for him as a fighter on the rise. But as a champion, it don't look good. You know, he did well in the fight, but you know, that perception too, I think bears a little bit on him as well. Because you can't say you the top dog and you fighting the guys that are not top dogs as well. You know, it just looks bad on you, to me. You know.
Yeah, you could definitely, like, we as boxing fans, we can see that the eye test in this, you know, as far as like we can see when somebody has talent, but we also need to see that be, you know, it has to be tested. You know what I mean? It has to be. Exactly. It's sort of like it's basically why a lot of people complain about, and it's not his fault, but it's just like Crawford. You know, Crawford always seems to fight people that he's leagues above. You know what I mean? And it's half of the time I don't think it's his fault, but you know, it's like, come on now, it's like you're fighting another guy that, you know, might as well just be two guys in the ring against one. I mean, when was the last time you seen Crawford in a fight that you thought he was going to lose?
Yeah. I can't, but you know, I think that day is getting closer, man. It's getting ready to happen. One of them, the big fights is getting ready to land, man, because these guys can't keep doing what they've been doing. And Manny, for a long time, people hasn't been pointing the finger at him. And I know, you know, Manny's a legend and all this, but he really held up 147 to me because you get two guys that everybody want to see fight. Both want to fight each other, but yet there's one more catch out there a little bit bigger. So if you can get this fight, but if you can get that other fight, that's good too.
Yeah, he's holding it up.
Yeah, so he kind of held it up. So now that they took that from him, now it kind of opens it up more now. And I've been saying for quite some time in the past, I've been saying, man, you know, I would like to see Bud go ahead and step up and fought Ugas back when Ugas first won. Just go take him on and get that position for whatever. Because at some point in the future, something was going to have to happen with the other guy. Then if that happens, man, 50-50 is looking way much better, you know. Then we get that fight more, you know what I'm saying? It'd be harder to say, no, about the numbers and all, you know, and like I say, that's some side stuff. But you know, I want to fight like everybody else do. And I just want
jump in right quick
to move. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to show Jorge Linares because I don't want him getting too much airtime on my channel. 47-5, 29 knockouts with 5 losses. Now, the very underlining part of this red flag is all 5 of his losses, he's been stopped. So this is what I want to ask you, brothers, right?
Yeah.
Looking at Jorge Linares and how much Wall Street he continued to have in the sport of boxing, you know, his stock value and everything. People still look at him, I guess, with that big 47 up there. With the experience, he's 35 years old. We know he lost to Lomachenko, but goddamn it, he turned back around and fought Pablo Cesar Cano. And check this out. This man was stopped in the first round, people. Look at this shit. The first round.
Man.
So I bring us back over here. Damn. If Haney fights this dude, like, what are we looking for? Like, who does he align himself with for credit if he goes in there and stop Jorge Linares, who was stopped by Vasil Lomachenko recently? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, isn't it mandatory also Javier Fortuna, right? Because it could be either one of those two, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's more so believing that Javier Fortuna may try and abort mission, man. Again.
Again?
Yeah, that's what the word is. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at this shit, man. Like, what, how does it even come close to just elevating him anywhere closer in his lightweight standing, the rankings, any of going in here against Jorge Linares, only because his 47 still provides him a paycheck? You know what I'm saying? An energy for paycheck.
I guess because he's regarded higher than Gamboa, and Gamboa is the highest person on Devin's resume. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure from what I'm seeing, y'all don't have too much to talk about it. I understand why, but I'm stopped sharing the screen because that's enough. That's enough for Jorge Linares.
Hey, I was gonna I was gonna get off. I'm trying to go get something to eat, man. Hey, it was I wanted to say damn. Matter of fact, I forgot. Hey, I forgot my channel, the name of my channel and shit, or my link. I was gonna drop it to you. I'll drop it to you next time.
Just drop it in the chat, man. Just drop your link to your channel in the chat.
All right. Hey, listen, I appreciate you having me on. What's your name? Black Star?
Yes, sir. Black Star Sports TV. Yeah,
Black Star Sports TV. I appreciate you, man. It was good talking to you.
Hey, you too, my brother, man. I'll be looking for you. Sub to you.
All right. Take it easy.
All right, my brother. Yeah, man.
They can't have it both ways. If we say the belt don't mean shit and everyone is treating it as such, can't hold Haney accountable for moving the way he does. Plus, he's looking to fight the top guy in T.O. If they make that fight cool, you know, that'll be cool. I mean, we'll see what T.O.'s his thing changes every other day too. 1 minute he's gonna stay at 135, which he told me on the interview, and then he said he's moving up to 140. So I mean, it's all a game, man.
Yeah, you gotta check his options right now. I can understand that to a point too. But like I say on my channel, you know, I'm gonna eviscerate him because that's what I do. But it's not as a personal thing, but it's just me venting about my love for the sport and the fights I want to see. Because as soon as I get into that fight, man, I'm happy again. And he's a good guy all over again. But right now, I just got to get it out of my system. But I'd rather, you know, and I dig what my man King Mitch is saying, though, about that. And that makes sense. But I still wouldn't rather see him fight Linares. I'd rather see him go for Loma and these big time guys. Because like I say, you're up on another level now. You know, at least that's what you're claiming. You're telling everybody. We see the potential. But
Gamboa has less. Gamboa, he has less losses than Linares. I know he has less experience, but he has less losses. And you know, Linares has been KO'd.
Yeah,
which is more credible? Okay, the age difference. or the name. I mean, is Gamboa? If is Jorge Linares any higher of opposition to gain notoriety than Gamboa?
Yeah, that is a good question though. And I've been sitting here trying to think about that because I never thought about it. So I'm glad you asked it, man. But I had to say, I would think to me, more because I guess I know more about Gamboa's career too than him. But I know Linares is a good fighter, and I recognize those things and everything. But I just hold Gamboa in a little bit higher status than him because I felt like his skill sets was a little bit more complex than Linares. And Linares is by, like you say, being stopped like he has and everything is is that evidence that he's weighing now? Maybe he's not, he's starting on a decline now to the point where, you're getting taken out in the first round. Whereas, as you can see, Gamboa was still crafty enough to keep himself vertical. I don't know what that means because we don't know about the power of Haney because that's a question I still have with him. But the skills was impeccable. He got dominated. 12 straight rounds, and that was impressive in its own fight because this guy is a gold medalist and everything, so he knows what he's doing. So that part was impressive to me. My only thing was if he had fought that fight without having that strap around his waist, that would have been a more solid of a victory in my mind to me because I'm saying he's moving up steps, But when you got that title around your waist, you got to show and improve, and you got to impress.
I don't know. I hope they just pick somebody that the boxing critics and everybody can respect. I don't know, man. If Teofimo is looking at them and saying you need to fight somebody, well, it's not going to get any better of a conversation if you go in there and fight Linares. I don't know. It haven't been too long ago since he was knocked out again, and that's just a fight in between him and Lomachenko. So, if Linares gets stopped, he wins. If Linares don't get stopped, he wins. Yeah, true. He's gonna have a more victory over there. I totally agree with that, man. And Linares won his last fight, so that puts him ahead of Adejo. Excuse me, and Luke Campbell until Saturday, Comey too. Big Dog says salute Black Star.
Salute to you, big PJ's big dog, my brother. Yes,
I find it crazy how Haney is the world champion. He can't even get his two mandatories in the ring. Ryan and Fortuna will fight each other or chase Linares too. Yeah, it's weird. That is weird. I love the Loma fight for Haney, but I don't think it's good business to fight Loma after a loss. Haney need a big he needs to dig up Yvonne Mendy and make a fight, man. They need anybody who's a top tier opposition, that's reputable. But Black Star, you have any final words, man? I've been on here close to three.
Oh man, yeah, you did some heavy overtime duty today. Hey, well, I'm glad I was able to come in and catch you, bro, because I've been meaning to for some time, man. But I, been a little hectic over here, so I'm glad I was able to do that, man. I feel good about it. I'll be back through again, bro. And I appreciate you allowing me on your platform, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Support my brother, man, here, World Combat Sports over here, man. This brother do top flight work, man. And like myself, he a member of Team Michael Williams Jr. as well. Shout out to them as well. You can catch me, Black Star Sports TV, YouTube, man, all social media, whatever. If you feel like coming by, checking me out, come check us out. But like I say, support my brother, World Combat Sports for sure. And yeah, that's about it, my brother.
Hey, be sure to drop your link in there so they can know where to follow you at on your channel if you have it. I don't mind doing that. I mean, hey, grow your shit, bro. But I appreciate you pulling up that Black Star. And we will talk about a different subject tomorrow. I just felt to come on here and talk about the depth of the Y.T.P.C, especially when it comes to free smoke. And I said what I had to say. Definitely, I'm back on boxing and MMA tomorrow. We definitely got some big topics. Come on with some super fights they're trying to make. Some heavyweight fights over there in the mixed martial arts. Of course, Usman upset Gilbert Burns. Yes, a lot to talk about. But Know this. Salute to everyone that tuned in. The ones that fuck with me, I appreciate you on a regular basis. And you know, stay close and turn in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.